भाई बनवा के Hey, hi guys, how are all of you? Can all of you hear me? Can you see me? Perfect. So, how was the pre-course, everyone? I think more people are joining in. Till that time, we can just interact a little bit. So, how was the pre-course? You've attended all the classes, solved the assignments. How was it like? Good, very good. Okay, okay. Yep. Don't worry, guys. So for now, I think for revision purposes, for now, what you can do is you can just rewatch the parts of lectures where you have issues in, right, which you want to really brush up again. Uh, yes. So apart from that, I think assignments are something which you should focus more on. Yes, mock test questions are slightly challenging because we want you to feel it and prepare more for the main coding test, but main coding test will be simpler than mock for sure, right? Mansa, you've completed only 11 till now. So, yeah, buck up, right? I think the window is open till 11th to take the coding test, right? So, start solving more assignments, right? So, I don't think you can complete assignments in today, tomorrow, day after, and then take the test, right? Yep. Yeah, that is okay, Umair. Up to you. If you're comfortable in Python and you've written it in that, it is okay, right? Will partial marking? Yes, partial marking will be there in the coding test also. Yes. For example, if you clear 4 out of 8 test cases in any question, you will get 50% marks for that question. Yeah. Yep. Take some time, Pranav. Don't worry. More practice is the only solution to it. Yeah. The more you practice, the more it helps. Right. So try and practice as much as you can, and that is something which will actually make you more prepared to think of approach yourself. Right. If you guys want, what I will do is I have a small I have a link with some extra questions, right? Yep. Just give me 1 second. I'm just sharing it. Yeah, so I've put it on chat, right? So I've put this link and what we need, what we have done, right? Yeah. So take time, take a couple of days. If you think you are not yet confident, take a couple of days to practice a little bit more, right? And probably after that, take the coding test, right? It is okay. Yep. Pranav, I think practice questions, there are more practice questions available here. If you face doubts in that, ask on the Discord group, ask in the open doubt hours, right? That is always available. Till 12th, coding test and interview has started already. So you can take the coding test interview. 2018 candidates, yeah, 2018 candidates are eligible, Lalit, of course. Coding is one time only, or we can attend multiple times, Zuhaib. So for the coding test, there are maximum 2 attempts, right? So if you don't clear it twice, then you will either have to opt for the upfront option or else you can opt for the next pre-course, right? Yeah, till I think till 12th of July, the coding test and the coding test is live till 10th of July, and I think interviews are live till 11th of July, right? So yeah, feel free to get started. Right, what is the average class size for a batch? Typically, we don't have a cap as such, right? So what we do is that how many ever students who get selected or join via the upfront option, we basically break them into sub batches, right? So that is how it is done, right? So yeah, okay. So I've put the link also, guys. I've put the link for some extra practice questions. If anyone wants to practice some more questions, that is the best way to prepare well for the test and interview which is coming up, right? Yeah, Sonu. So anyone who has joined a little late, let's say, right? Anyone of you who has joined in after the pre-course started and have missed some classes, don't worry. You can start watching the recordings and start solving the assignments with that, right? And the next pre-course, which whenever the next pre-course starts, essentially, you can again attend the next pre-course also if you want. But I would recommend at least get started. Don't wait. Start watching the recordings and solving the assignments as much as possible. Right. Yeah, more or less the coding test questions will be of same level as pre-course assignment questions. Yep, the people who have joined in late, don't worry. At least start with the uh, uh, recordings and solving assignments part, right? No, there is no difference in upfront and pay after placement. Don't worry, guys. Okay, so I think we have enough people already joined in. So today's session is exactly for that, right? So today's session, I'm going to just quickly brief you through what the income share agreement or pay after placement agreement is like, and what do we mean when we say a money back guarantee in the upfront option, right? So I will brief you. I'll brief you about both the agreements, right? And tell you about both the options, answer your doubts around what sort of things you should be expecting in both of them, right? Both are absolutely the same. Okay, okay, cool. Okay, I think a lot of people want to ask things about the process. I'm telling you, I'll just share my screen and show it to you guys once so that you guys are at peace. Okay, can you see my screen? Are you able to see my screen? Yes, right? Okay, perfect. Thanks, Dhanraj. Okay, so yeah, guys. So the mock test is already live from 5th to 6th July, and it will go on till tonight, right? And you can give the mock test. It is just a good practice option for you, right? Like I said, tomorrow onwards, coding test will go live. So you can give coding test anytime between 7th to 10th of July. It is not like if you give sooner, you get better marks or something like that. You can give it anytime between 7th to 10th of July. Simple, right? You have 2 attempts for the coding test, right? So in total, you can give 2 attempts for the coding test. And uh, uh, if you clear it the first time, well and good. Once, otherwise, give it the second time also. Then once you clear the coding test, you will get the option to book the interview, right? For interview, you have 1 attempt. Okay. In coding test, you should be expecting 2 coding questions or 2 coding assignments, right? Which you have to solve in 1 hour. Okay. The passing marks is somewhere around 50%. So try and get at least 50% marks, right? Try and get at least either solve both the questions 50% or solve 1 question completely, right? Of course, you should try to solve both the questions completely. That is your best, right? But 50% is the cutoff out of the 2 questions which you will get to be solved in 1 hour. That should be your goal, right? And yep, so post coding test, next will be interview. Interview will be a short 25-30 minute interview where we will ask you 1 coding question, right? All of this, the coding test and interview, everything will be based on what has been taught in the live pre-course only, right? So you don't need anything, any extra or topics or something like that is not needed. Just make sure you have attended all the classes. If not, make sure you have seen the recording and make sure you have attempted the assignment, right? And practice is more important, guys. The more you practice, the more questions, the better you will become, right? So that is why I have put this message also on chat multiple times. Just check it out. Extra practice questions for you. So you can practice a few more questions, right? Interviews are also starting as soon as from tomorrow only. As soon as you clear the coding test, you will get the option to book interview. Once you book interview, you will get the exact slot on which the interview is there, and you can basically attend the interview in that slot. It will be via a Google Meet, right? So make sure all of you have a laptop and a webcam and a mic working on it, right? Because that will be needed for the coding test also and interview also. Okay. To give the coding test, you need to do a bare minimum of 12 assignments at least out of 29, 12. That is very, very easy to do. So I hope everyone has done at least 12 assignments. Immediately, Datta Krishna, after if you don't clear the first attempt of coding test, you can immediately give the second attempt, or you can wait for 1 day and then give it. It is totally up to you. Okay. Yeah, so Mohammed, Umair, Ashraf, 99% of the companies which are coming in are all product-based companies. Some service-based companies which come in are extremely good, right? For example, let's say Nutanix is hiring at 30 or 40 LPA. you would not say that it is a service-based company. I don't want to go there, right? So all the companies which will be coming in will be good, right? 99% will be product-based, right? So you don't need to worry too much about that part. After how many hours? Already answered, Mamta. Just listen. Saying also, right? Sir, in mock, I passed 6 out of 7 tests. Then too, they show 0 marks total. That is not possible, Rasul. If that is what you think happened, please go to Discord and ping any of our teammates. Rudransh is there, Adit is there, right? If you just ping Rudransh or Adit, they will they will let you know that what was your exact marks like, right? If you cleared 6 out of 7 test cases, you will get marks for that question, of course, right? Uh, okay. Perfect. Is MNC from Acciojob will ask for CGPA? No, Mehran, don't worry. 99% companies won't happen with that, right? When will be the next batch? Next batch. So this batch starting date is 28th of July, right? People who will get selected, we want to do this time we want to do a small engagement before the batch starts also with them, so that we can better prepare them all to get started with the batch, right? So that is why we are working on some good engagement modules for everyone who is getting selected by the 12th of July, right? So that till 12th of July, we are able to, from 12th of July to 28th of July, when the batch is starting, right, we are able to at least give them a refresher and prepare them very well with strong fundamentals, right? So that is why. Okay. 28th of July, guys, 28th of July. Okay. How many candidates were placed to Acciojob, sir? Oh, now it is more than 350 already, right? Whatever company shown in website like Optum will definitely come in for the, yeah, Omer, you can expect that definitely, right? All the bigger companies like Microsoft, Google, Walmart, we have referrals in place which can be put in for anyone, any batch whatsoever, right? All the other companies which are our partner companies, they do drive very, very frequently, right? You can expect that every 3 months they will be doing a drive with Acciojob batch again and again. So it is very, very sure that once you're in the batch, in the entire 6 months, once you become eligible, at some point of time, you will be sitting for one of these companies for sure. Yes, upfront option has EMI option. Of course, we have a no cost EMI option for up to 12 months, right? So that that can be sorted for you. Yep, absolutely. So let me just today essentially the goal of today's session for me was to discuss the money back guarantee agreement and the pay after placement agreement both, right? So that everyone is at peace and their doubts are resolved, that if they get selected via pay after placement or via upfront, whatever option they are choosing, all the terms and conditions are something which they are completely aware of. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Okay, perfect. Now let me just move on quickly and get to explaining the. Let's start with the money back guarantee first, right? Or we can start with the pay after placement agreement also, whatever you guys are more keen on, right? Shailesh, if you, in case you don't clear the interview, either you can wait for the next batch and give the interview again with that for pay after placement, or you can opt for the job guaranteed upfront option also. In both the payment options, these are just two different payment options, right? In both the payment options, you are going to be in the same batch, same instructors, mentors, placement, opportunities, everything will be the same, right? Okay. There is no cap to it, Ravi. How many ever people clear the interview, that many. Shubham, if you're not confident, don't worry, yaar. Just prepare and give it your best shot this time, right? Even if you fail this time, no worries. Next time, of course, you can give it, right? But at least focus and work hard and try your best right now, right? If you work hard for the next 4 days also, you can practice at least 25, 30 questions. And that will be enough for getting you placed. Yes, Shailesh, you can. Sir, I don't have PAN card. What do I do? Harsh Singh, apply for a PAN card, right? After 11 July, can I decide upfront? Yes, you can. Okay. Perfect. Okay, perfect. Now let me just start with discussion of this agreement putting a pause on the chat section doubts now, because otherwise I will fall short of time to cover the agreements, both the agreements, right? So halting the doubts on chat for now. So you can stop posting the doubts on chat for some time. Let me first discuss both the agreements, and after that we can look at the questions in the chat box. Okay, perfect. Okay, so first of all, on my screen, I hope all of you can see the pay after placement agreement, right? The pay after placement agreement is right here. I will just zoom in a little bit for all of you guys, right? Yep. So I will just zoom in a little bit for all of you guys, right? So this agreement is basically a sample agreement which has been shared with all of you guys also. The final agreement would be same as this, and except the red part which you will be filling up, right? So essentially in the agreement, from the sample agreement, you can see and fill up the ISA, right? The basically all the red parts are places where you need to either fill up your details, or else you need to sign, right? For example, the bottom right corner of all pages, you are supposed to sign on, right? So, and all the red places are the places where you need to fill whatever is written there, right? So this sample agreement is enough for anyone to understand what they need to fill and how they need to fill up the agreement, right? So you can do that part. Now let me just go ahead and explain the most important clauses which all of you should be aware of in this agreement, right? That is the most important part. Okay. So here we are starting. So the company is in the business of training students, helping them find employment and helping them avail financial assistance for the same, right? So if you're opting for the pay after placement, that is why you are signing the pay after placement agreement. And if you're signing the pay after placement agreement, means you want us to help you, of course, train also, help you find a good job or employment also, and you want us a financial assistance, as in that you want to pay us after you get placed and get your first salary. Simple, right? You have approached the company to service the training and with the financial assistance both, right? In consideration to receiving the training, you agree to pay us the course fees in accordance to the terms and conditions of this agreement. Okay. I will just check just a second. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. This agreement, just give me 1 second. Okay, perfect. Yep, I will come to all the terms. Don't worry, guys. Right. So this is the essentially covering the pay after placement agreement right now, which is also called the ISA or income share agreement, basically. Right. This agreement is not a loan agreement as such. This agreement just represents that you will be paying us according to the terms and conditions of this agreement after placement. Okay. We are recording all the terms and conditions here. Okay. So the very first clause is the fee payable is a fixed amount of money, right? What does this mean? This means that as soon as you get placed above 5 LPA, okay, let's say you got placed at 7 LPA, okay. Now, once you are placed at 7 LPA, you will start paying us according to the 7 LPA slab, which is the 5 to 10 LPA slab, right? And once you start paying us the monthly installments according to that slab, in future, even if you get placed for, let's say, 20 LPA, your fee payable amount will not change. Okay. So as soon as the fee payable amount starts or gets triggered, after that, the fee payable amount is fixed. It will not change. Okay. Understood? Second clause is very, very simple. You're not required to make any payment at the start of your training period, which is in pay after placement case, you'll be paying us after placement, right? You may be granted a grace period. This is a random clause, right? You agree that you have not and will not enter into additional income-based agreements. This is from a legal perspective. Why? Because let's say you have signed an income share agreement with 10 different people, and now you get placed at 8 LPA through us. Then you will be paying at 10 different places, let's say 10,000, and your monthly salary is 70,000, right? So you won't be able to pay us back. So that is why this is a legal clause which is added, that you will not get into multiple additional income based agreements such that you are not in a position to pay us back even after you get placed. Okay, right? So you will ensure to reach the prescribed threshold within 6 months from the training completion date, right? So the training completion date is a total period of 12 months available for you, right? I will tell you. So from 28th of July, once the batch starts, okay, for the next 12 months, you will have the opportunity to complete the training. If you stay on track, you can complete the training in 6 months. In case if you want to repeat a topic or a module in between, right, you can do that also. Let's say I'm not confident in this module which I just studied in the July month. I want to repeat that, right? I can redo that module again. Okay, so that option is there. And that is why if you are going on track, you will easily be able to complete the training in 6 months, right? If you want to repeat modules or something like that, you have time as much as to up to 12 months. Okay, so up to 12 months you can take time to complete all the modules. Okay, but so this agreement is valid for a total of 18 months. That is 12 months till training completion date and 6 months after that too. Okay, so total will be 18 months. In these 18 months, you will get access to all the opportunities which are coming through Acciojob as well, right? And total after 18 months, if you are not placed above a minimum 5 LPA, the agreement is terminated and you don't have to pay anything essentially, right? Now, the most important clause is here, okay? In the event that you withdraw from the training in between, right, we are going to invest a lot of money, irrespective you opt for upfront option or pay after placement option, right? We have to line up a mentor course. There are like more than 200 mentors now, right? So everything has to be set up for that, and we invest a lot of money for training students essentially. And two points here, right? One is that if you withdraw from the training at any point of time before training completion date, right, for any reason whatsoever, if you want to withdraw, let's say you want to do an MBA, you want to do government job, you want to just go abroad and chill, or whatever is your reason, right? Or you got a 3.5 LPA TCS job and don't want to study more and try for better jobs through Acciojob, right? Whatever is the reason, if you want to withdraw from the training at any point of time, or if you do not pursue the training with due diligence, what does that mean, right? By due diligence, we mean that our entire program of 6 months, right, is broken into 8 different modules. Okay, I had explained the 8 modules in orientation session also, if everyone remembers. So 8 different modules we will be studying throughout the 6 months training program, right? At least 6 out of 8 modules you need to complete and clear. Okay, that is, if you do that in a total span of 12 months, right? I'm giving you, instead of 6 months, we are giving you 12 months. In case you want to repeat some module, feel free to. You want to pick and choose that I want to first complete front end modules and then move on to back end modules. Every possible help is available. The course is made in a manner so that we are able to personalize it for according to your needs and make sure we make you placement ready as quickly as we can, right? So that is the idea. But doing the training with due diligence means doing at least bare minimum 6 modules out of the 8 total modules in a total span of 12 months instead of just a 6-month span, right? So very easy. If anyone is even half dedicated, they should be able to complete this much, right? But you should be full dedicated, of course. That goes unsaid, right? So 2 parts to it, right? You are pursuing the training with due diligence. Due diligence means completing at least 6 out of 8 modules in an entire span of 12 months, which we are giving to you. And second, you need to be in touch with us, right? So every 15 days, our team will definitely call you and reach out to us. We are at Acciojob, we are of the firm belief that we don't leave any student behind. We will push them, we will motivate them, we will inspire them, we will keep calling them, we will set up extra sessions, mentorship for them, whatever is needed, but we don't leave anyone, right? So you will definitely get a call from our team once in every 15 days for sure. In fact, you will get it in every 10 days also, right? But it is mandatory for you to at least speak to us and give us an update once in every 15 days regarding your progress, regarding an update on how you are doing, what help do you need, where are places where you are facing issues on, right? So these 2 simple things are needed for you to do the training with due diligence. One, Simple. Do at least 6 out of 8 modules in a total span of 12 months. Okay, not 6 months, giving you 12 months for it. And attend one-on-one sessions, or at least get on a one-on-one call, which our team will call you for once in every 15 days. Okay. If you're doing both of these things, you're doing the training with due diligence. Okay. Okay. So in case if you are not doing the training with due diligence, or if you want to withdraw from the training at any point of time, right? You are liable to pay us the cost of the course in that case, right? Cost of the course is essentially the same as the upfront fees, right? So you are essentially liable to pay us the cost of the course in that aspect. Okay. Got it? So this is the most important clause for everyone to understand, guys, right? You need to do the training with due diligence, and if you don't have to withdraw from the training. Simple. Okay. 3.2 clause, very, very simple. You are not liable to pay the company if you receive any offer letter after the agreement is terminated or before the signing of this agreement. Like if you already have an offer letter of any amount, you are not liable to pay us for that. Or if you get any offer letter after this agreement is terminated, for that also you don't have to pay us. Simple, right? In the event that your job terminates because of the company laying you off or firing you, we will pause the monthly payments till we get you placed, and then the remaining monthly payments will be completed. Okay. Simple. Okay. Payment of fees payable, the payment term will be triggered as soon as you get placed and get your first salary. Basically, the first month you join your job, last day of that month, the payment term will start. And from that point onward, you will be paying monthly installments for the next 12 months to Acciojob, right? Okay. The payout amount, very, very clear, again on their on website also, and there in the agreement also. If you get placed between 5 to 10 LPA, you will be paying 1,20,000 plus 18% GST, that is 1,41,600. Okay. You will essentially be paying it in 12 months. So that will be 11,800 per month, right? If you are getting placed between 10 to 18 LPA, you will be paying us 1,80,000 plus 18% GST, that is 2,12,400. That is around 17,700 per month. Okay. And if you get placed above 18 LPA, you will be paying us 2,40,000 plus 18% GST, that is 2,83,200. So that will come to around 23,600 per month. Okay. So these are the three straightforward slabs for pay after placement, folks. Okay. In case if you're late in paying the payments for more than 10 days, right, then a late fee can be charged, but never happens, right? Is what I have seen in my experience till now. Okay. Of course, you are entitled to prepay. Let's say if you want to say, I don't want to pay for 12 months, I can just wrap it up in 3 months. Of course, you have the option to pay sooner than 12 months if you want, right? You can pay it in one go also if you want, right? Once the payment fees payable amount is satisfied, the payment term will be closed. Okay. Company as a processing agent, important clause, right? Basically, after you get placed, right, once you start paying us, you will be paying us via our partner third-party financial institution. So we have lots of partners like EduVans, Gyanzan, Liqui Loans, right? All of them are NBFCs or personal financing sort of institutions, right? So we will help you get a no-cost EMI option with them, and you will be paying them the monthly installments instead of us. Okay. So we take the permission from you that after you get placed, you are okay to pay us the EMIs. If you want to pay in EMIs, you're okay to pay us pay the EMIs to our third-party financial institution and partner. Okay. Perfect. Obligations of the participant, right? So the participant shall without fail disclose to the company about the necessary and relevant documentation around the basic stuff, right? Your primary address, phone number, email, are you working, are you not working, any offer letter you already have, what is your monthly earned income, if you're married or not, any job offer if you have, or you are potentially getting any job offer, written or oral, any interview which is expected. So we expect that all of you will be super transparent with us throughout the program. See, our goal and your goal is the same, to get you placed in a good job. Actually, first step is to get you to upskill to that extent, and then get you placed in a good job in software dev, right? So the goal remains the same. So I would appreciate if you are we trust our students, right? But would appreciate if you also stay super transparent with us on all of these aspects. We will only be able to help you better, right? If you tell me that Today, every few days I get a request from a student that in my college campus this big company is coming, I want some mock interviews to practice more. Like, happily take more mock interviews and prepare specifically for Amazon if you're going to give an Amazon interview, right? Why not? So we will only be able to help you do better in any of these potential interview rounds which are coming up for you also. Okay. Most of the other part is just legal stuff as such, right? Breach and remedies and representations and warranties of the participant, right? The most important clause here is that you are getting into this agreement in good faith with the intention to pay back the company monthly payments when due. Simple. Okay. That is the most important part. Okay. Breach and remedy notices, all of these things are fairly straightforward, I think. Right, this is if to participants, so you need to fill up the details here which are written in red: your name, your address, your email ID, your phone number, right? So okay, so all of these things are there, very much there. Okay. The agreement cannot be modified. This is the finalized agreement. So the rest of the things are more or less just the legal clauses as such, if you look at it, right? So this is where it stands essentially. So in the pay after placement or money back guarantee, both the options, I will just move to money back guarantee form now, right? In the money back guarantee also, we have 100% guarantee. See, what we are super confident on, right? We are super confident that if a student invests time and effort, they will definitely be able to learn our course, right? And we are very, very confident that the course, the curriculum, the project, the value add from the mentors, mock interviewers will make sure that any student who is working hard with us, we will make sure they get placed above 5 LPA for sure in software dev, right? So we are super confident about it. So with the upfront option also, there is a money back guarantee policy from our side, right? So in the money back guarantee policy, again, the terms are the same as pay after placement, right? In pay after placement also, if you don't complete a minimum 6 out of 8 modules in a maximum span of 12 months, you are liable to pay us the cost of the course, right? In money back guarantee upfront option also, it is the same. You have to complete a minimum of 6 out of 8 modules at least in a span of up to 12 months. So the span is also same. Number of modules to be done is the same. Batch is the same. Training, instructor, mentors, placement opportunities, everything is the same only. Okay. We have made it this way that there is no disparity between any option you want to choose, right? Okay. So in the upfront money back guarantee option also, you need to complete a minimum 6 out of 8 modules in a maximum span of up to 12 months. If you're doing that, as soon as you complete, the 6 out of 8 modules at least, right? From that point of time, for the next 6 months, right? If we do not get you placed in the next 6 months, 6 months is more than enough for us. We'll get you placed probably in the next, before you complete the 6th module, or else by the time in the next couple of months itself, right? Ideally. But maximum 6 months, if we do not get you placed above 5 LPA, we will issue a money back for you, right? The entire course fees will be refunded to you. Simple. That is what a money back guarantee means. Okay. You accept that a job opportunity of less than 5 LPA outside of Acciojob, even if you get placed above 5 LPA. Same for ISA also. In pay after placement also, if you get placed above 5 LPA in software dev roles, you are liable to pay us the course fees, right? Because we are essentially charging you for the training, right? You accept a job opportunity above 5 LPA outside of Acciojob or anywhere, right? That satisfies the refund. You not apply to 3 or more. This is also added to the income share agreement now for pay after placement also. You can skip at most 3 companies, right? That makes sense because all the companies coming in will be above the minimum threshold, and the companies where you are eligible for, there should not be any reason why you're not applying for them. So if you do not apply for more than 3, we are still excusing 3, right? That 3, let's say you missed somehow or whatever the reason you have, 3 companies you are skipping, right? Apart from that, you shouldn't be skipping any job opportunity. At least apply for it. You don't get selected, that is totally okay, right? You do not agree to relocate. If you get a job offer for Hyderabad and you're like, no, I want Bangalore only, right? You do not reply to any communications from on email or WhatsApp from Acciojob, right? If that is the same again, that every 15 days we will try and reach out to you. You are completely not responsive at all whatsoever, right? in that case. You don't follow through the interview. Like basically you're sitting for company interviews, but you don't come on time. You don't go and speak there, or you just miss interviews, right? So in those cases, of course, you must be able to pass a background check, right? Of course. So if you have done any criminal activity or something like that, then the company who selects you then rejects you because of that, right? Because of your background check. That is a different story altogether. You must be eligible to legally work in India. Of course, this is pretty fairly obvious again, right? So, so this is more or less what the clauses are there, right? This is more or less what money back guarantee and pay after placement have. Both have exactly the same terms and conditions, that you need to do a bare minimum of 6 modules out of 8 in a total span of 12 months instead of 6. And if you're doing that, we guarantee you a job in both the cases. Okay. In case, so some students tell me that if we compare upfront and pay after placement, then upfront option seems more lucrative, right? It makes sense for some extent, right? Definitely. In case pay after placement, let's say if you withdraw or do not complete the program, you will be liable to pay us the cost of the course anyways, right? And in upfront also, if you do not complete the program with us or do not study only or withdraw from it, you are still going to lose out on the cost of the course which you have paid at the beginning, right? In case you get placed, of course, you end up paying a little extra in pay after placement as compared to not just a little higher, almost double on the pay after placement terms. And in pay upfront, you pay lesser, of course, the amount is lesser, but pay upfront actually helps us with a lot of our cash flow because we have to hire a huge number of mentors, instructors, and the team, right? So both the options are open. We see that around 50% students take upfront option, around 50% students take pay after placement option, right? In the last batch also, we had around 50% of both. So both are just payment options. What is going to matter to actually get you placed, right? To be honest, is going to be how hard you are working, right? You opt for upfront, you opt for pay after placement, doesn't matter. नौकरी उससे थोड़ी लगने वाली है कि आप कौन सा पे आफ्टर प्लेसमेंट, आप कौन सा ऑप्शन ले रहे हो पेमेंट के लिए, right? How good a job you get and how quickly you get it will depend on how hard working you are and how much time and effort you are investing into the program. Simple, right? If you're doing that, everything is good. You opt for upfront, you opt for pay after placement, totally onto you, right? Okay. So these are both the options. Both have a job guarantee from our side, 100%, right? Yep. Okay, perfect. No. So okay, again, I will just explain what interview will be there, right? Hang on to the doubts on chat, guys. We are going to, I will explain everything bit by bit. So hang on, right? People who are asking the process further. So for selection as such, for upfront, you can directly book your seat from here, right? There is a button to book your seat and or request a callback if you have any doubts as such, right? But you can directly pay the booking amount and book your seat from here, right? For a pay after placement option, you need to clear the coding test and interview. So you can essentially from tomorrow start giving the coding test, right? And coding test, you have 2 attempts. For interview, you have 1 attempt. In coding test, you have 2 coding questions to be solved in 1 hour. The cutoff is somewhere around 50%. So try and get at least 50%. And Ankit, don't copy paste the same question. I won't take that question till the time I answer every other question. It is basic professional courtesy, right? So hang on. Okay. Ask your question once in chat and then rest at peace. Let me also cover the points which I want to cover, right? Everyone needs to understand, right? If you have any specific doubts, the Discord is always open. Feel free to DM any of us on Discord. There is Rudransh, there is Adit, there is Dhruv, there is me. You will find all of us in the Discord community. If you want to join the Discord community, there is a direct Discord community joining option also available, right? So feel free to join the Discord community and ask any doubt if you have, right? Hang on to for questions and topics which everyone needs to understand first, right? Interview, we have 1 attempt, right? And 1 attempt will be 25 to 30 minutes. 1 coding question will be asked to you. Again, everything, coding test, interview, everything will be based on what we are covering in the live pre-course, right? What we have learned in the last few days, that is what will be covered. Okay. if any of you is joining in today, guys, you can just get started with the pre-course for now, right? Essentially, just get started with the pre-course for now, and of course, as time goes by, you can keep fixing it, right? The pre-course is working fine now, guys. Some people were facing issues with the pre-course not working. The pre-course is working fine now, so you can get back to it. Okay, for people who have joined new, guys, just start with watching the recording of the orientation first, then watch the second lecture, try and attempt its assignment. If you have any doubts, if you're facing any doubts, feel free to join the open doubt hours or ask on Discord also. Okay, the next by the time the next pre-course starts, you can at least get started somewhere, right? Basically. Okay. No, not 100%. You need to do a minimum of 12 assignments out of 29 to take the coding test. But I would strongly suggest, please attempt all the assignments. They will actually be very, very helpful for you to clear the coding test and interview. Simple, right? Okay. Okay. Yes, coding test and interview both will be based on what we have covered in the live pre-course, right? So this time there is a big gap from 11th July to 28th July. One is that all the people whom we are going to be selecting, we will make them go through a refresher before 28th July, and we will engage with them personally on a one-on-one level. Why so? Because we want to make sure that everyone is fundamentally equally strong, right? Even if someone is opting for upfront and hasn't done the entire pre-course, right, and has done parts of pre-course and are opting for upfront, in the next before 28th, we will try and make sure everyone is strong with the fundamentals. And from 28th, everyone is good to go. Okay. Understood. There is no cap or limit on how many companies you can sit for. Let's say you get placed at a 7 LPA job offer, you can still apply for better job offers after that also, right? Okay. You can give coding test till 10th of July. हाँ दीप्ति आप कर सकते हैं उसके बाद भी बैच ज्वाइन अपफ्रंट से, why not? So can I submit assignment questions in between 10th July or it close on 7th July? No, assignment, Rajesh. You can always keep attempting assignments, right, till 10th of July also. It is not going to close tomorrow. Amrit, if you are going to clear that back in 6 months, then yes. The training will be completely online and live, but all the sessions which we have online live are recorded and shared with the students, and they have access to it for life, right? So don't worry, even if you miss any lectures, or if you want to revisit any lectures, you will always have access to recording, right? Upfront fee is 69,999 plus GST. We have 12 months no cost EMI on it, right? So it will come down to somewhere around 6,000 something for you to take the no cost EMI option, right? How many companies will come? I can guarantee at least 200 plus companies will come during any of you guys training program goes on, right? By the time you guys now will start and join, you will probably see a much higher volume of companies also, right? Yeah, Kunal, don't worry, don't rush. First thing you should do is you should try and take the what do you call, the first thing you should do is try and start watching the recordings in the pre-course, right? And start attempting the assignment, right? Just get started first. Okay. After the training period, if we earn from freelancing before getting placed for the job, we still have to pay from that. Swahim Mestri, yes, if you are earning from software development and if you're earning more than 5 LPA, then yes. Sir, any bond of a job? No. So Swaroop, this is another thing. 99% companies coming through us will not have any service agreement or any type of bond, right? Which is a big deal because I've seen so many tier 3, tier 4 colleges where companies coming in all have 2 years, 3 years bond, and that bond is so huge. One, it is 2-3 years long. Second, it varies from like 75,000 to up to 3 lakh also I've seen, right? So getting into bonds is sort of a dangerous thing, right? Because you don't have the liberty to actually move out then. That is why. No, the coding test will be as compared to the level of the assignments in the pre-course. Okay. Sir, if we make one program in interview, will we be selected for pay after placement course? Sayyam, totally depends on the interviewer, how you are solving the program. One coding question will be asked in interview. Your approach, your logic, the way you code, everything will be seen by the interviewer and accordingly will be judged. Can I join upfront till 28 July? Yeah, Manish, but we book seats soon, and this time our plans to close down upfront at a certain extent, right? So that we have a cap, and we want everyone to go through our refresher course also before 28, right? So that everyone starts level ground from 28, right? Okay, so the sooner you get in, the better, because you will start engaging with us, and we will personally make sure that by 28 you are we keep engaging and make sure your progress is there till 28, right? Okay. No, Mastanwali, don't worry. Percentage is not an issue. 21 pass out can opt for pay after placement. Yes, 2018 and any graduation year after that, 2018, 2019, 20, 21, 22, 23, all can opt for pay after placement. There is no salary training period in the company. What do you mean? During training period, if there is no salary, that's what Anand is asking. Don't worry. Once you get your first salary, then only you have to start paying the course fees and pay after placement. Sir, can we take interview and test after 11 July also? No, yaar. Please try and take it by 11 July. Coding test is open throughout the day, right? So from tomorrow morning, once coding test opens up, you can take the coding test anytime you want. Upfront fees is 69,999 plus GST. Like I said, in the no cost EMI mode, it comes to somewhere around 6,000 something per month. Okay. What is okay? Unanswered. Please don't copy paste the same question on chat multiple times, guys. It is impossible to get through to your doubt then, right? Okay. Yep. Okay. I think Swahim already answered, right? So now you can stop copy pasting. Can you show 8 modules? Ashwin, yeah, what you can do is now you can go to the orientation session recording, Ashwin. And in this orientation session, you will see that what all 8 modules are there, right? I have explained all that in the orientation session itself, right? Okay, Naeem, yes, if you are looking for opting for pay after placement option, then you have to pay after you get placed, essentially, once you get your first salary. In pay after placement, essentially, the amount is more than double. But in pay upfront option, the amount is lesser, and in both the cases, you have job guarantee, right? Like I said, any of the 2 options you choose doesn't make any difference. Same batch, same training, same mentors, instructors, placement opportunities, everything same, right? No, Nivas, the people who will be teaching you will be actual software developers, right? Or not only teachers, right? They are people who are real practitioners working in the industry, and they have themselves cleared interviews for all these top-notch companies like Amazon, Nutanix, Google, right? So they are all working in these top-notch companies, and those guys would be your instructors, right? For example, Tushar was one of them, right? In the pre-course, Tushar was the instructor this time. He's working with Myntra now. Last pre-course, Uday was the instructor. Uday is working with Amazon now, right? So that is how it is. After giving coding test, how much after interview will be taken? Atindra, as soon as you clear the coding test, you will get the option to book interview. Now, whatever slot you choose for your interview, that time you have to go and give your interview, right? There is no lag. Everything is automated on the platform. Okay. Sir, if we make one program and interview will be selected. Yeah, Sayam, one question only will be asked. Yes, main course also, all the classes recordings will be shared. Don't worry. Okay. Yes, upfront fees has increased. It was announced in the last few batches that we are going to revise from this batch, July batch onwards, right? So yeah. Upfront fees for women, of course, for women, we still have the Pratigya initiative running, right? The Pratigya initiative, essentially, we give women 25,000 rupees off on the upfront fees. So you can, the fees for women, essentially, would be 45,000 plus GST, right? From 69,999, you can remove 25,000, right? Okay. What if we solve the coding questions with recommended output, but if none of the test cases are passed? That is impossible, Jyoti. You are making some mistake if your test case is not passing. Simple. Or you are not giving the output in the right format, which the question is asking you to give it in. Right? Those are the two things which could only go wrong. Percentage will be affected in placement. No, already answered. Yeah. Can I give? Yeah, timings in main batch would also be similar to that of the pre-course. Can I book a seat using mobile money? I don't know what that means here. Kasiria, Alex, I'm not too sure, right? Sir, we make one program in interview. Sayyam, how many times? Okay, the questions which have already been answered, please don't copy paste the same questions again and again on chat. If I crack the first interview, will I be able to give another one? Yes, Shashwat, in main batch, if you are asking, yes, absolutely, you can apply for upgrade, right? You can apply for better companies, of course, right? We don't stop you from there. Right. Okay. Yeah, Raish Alam, don't worry. For the people who have just joined the pre-course, don't stress about taking the coding test and interview right away, right? I will just check if we can move the deadline a little bit for you guys or not, right? What is the best we can do, and we will announce that. But first, for now, your focus should be to at least get started with the recording and with the assignment, right? Basically, just get started at least. Okay. Okay, guys. So after you get selected, essentially, you will be given this money back guarantee form, right? If you're opting for upfront, you will get a mail with the money back guarantee form, which you need to fill. And once you fill it, you will get an official mail signed by me also that the money back guarantee policy is now active. For pay after placement people, we will need documents after you clear the interview. So we will need your signed agreement and plus few KYC documents, which are basic. And this form link will also be shared with you once you clear the interview process. Okay. Interview will be remote, online. Most companies, 99% companies take interviews online these days, right? So interviews will be online. Okay. I'm pretty sure that by the time you guys finish the course, Datta Krishna, you will have more job opportunities than the current batches also, right? Because they are only increasing with time. No, we will not terminate the student, Meenakshi. Why will we terminate a student, right? Of course, if there is something very incorrect, like for example, let's say if you sexually harass or harass some employee from Acciojob team, right? Of course, we will take action against you. That is understood, right? Anything you do which is illegal, unethical, those things you will bear the consequences for. But otherwise, it's a learning platform. All of us are there to help you learn. Till the time you are focused on the right things and focused on learning, no one would actually want to terminate you, right? Even if you get less marks, it is okay. We will still not terminate you, right? We will help you do better. Okay. Are all job offers from Acciojob programming based, or are there core roles available too? Core as in what? This is for preparing, Febin. This entire program is to prepare you for software development jobs, right? So software development jobs is what we are looking at. Saikat, if you clear the test and fail in the interview, next batch you can give directly the interview. Okay. If someone cannot clear the interview, then what will be the further process? ACES, then they can opt for the upfront payment option. Trainer is fast teaching. Mano, just go and watch the recording once more. I think Tushar has gone at a very decent pace, not fast, not slow, right? But the topics are pretty fundamental, and all the fundamentals have been covered thoroughly there, right? So go ahead and rewatch any recording if you need to sort of brush that topic up again, right? Can I give my 2 attempts in a single day? Yes, absolutely. You can give it in a single day also. Shubham, if you don't have a laptop right now, just borrow a friend's laptop, neighbor's laptop, go to a cyber cafe, right? It is just a 1 hour coding test. So no point waiting. right? As soon as you get your laptop, well and good. By the main batch, you should get your laptop for sure, because in main batch, you will need a laptop. It is all about coding. So every day we will be coding. So you should have a laptop with you for the main batch, right? But for now, just go and give a test, 1 hour test, and interview somewhere else in a cyber cafe, maybe with you borrow a friend's laptop, anything, right? I completed my college just now, but the graduation days after 6 months. I have my TC and yeah, perfect, Mehran. Nothing else is needed. Don't worry. Sir, how many companies in we sit for after selection in one company? Karthik, there is no cap. That's what I'm saying, right? You can always apply for better upgraded opportunities which will be coming in. Coding test will be based on what we have covered in the pre-course modules only. Okay, so if you have done all the assignments thoroughly, you have practiced properly, you understand those assignments. It's not like you have just copy pasted assignments, right? If you understand it and if you have actually learned it, you will easily be able to clear the coding test and interview. Okay. Can I able to apply only above my range job, whatever I decided? No, Jayesh. So minimum for everyone is 5. In case you are already working above 5, then you can let us know during the interview itself, and we can assess you accordingly if we can increase your minimum or not. Simple. Last date for joining upfront, please try and join in by 12th of July, right? So that we are planning to engage and do a refresher program before 28th of July, batch start date, right? So that the people who need that extra attention and extra one-on-one help to make sure their fundamentals are same as everyone else's in the batch, right? We get that time and opportunity to work with you in that span and make sure you are completely up to date with everyone else. Okay, so I would highly encourage, you are looking for pay after placement or upfront, whatever option, try to wrap the process by 11th of this month once. Okay, if we don't complete 6 within 12 months, then what will happen? Agreement is actually valid for 18 months, right? Yeah, Kirtan. So if you don't complete 6 out of 8 modules within 12 months, then you are liable to pay us the cost of the course, right? Simple. Like I said, cost of the course is same as the upfront, right? So you are liable to pay us the cost of the course in case you don't complete it. If I crack the first interview, will I be able to give another one? Yes, Shashwat already answered. Doubt are solved only on Discord. If yes, then please show some demo for Discord. Discord is new for some of us, and then interface is confusing. Sure, man. Why not? I will just share my screen and show Discord to you, right? So once you come to Discord, right, I hope you can see my Discord screen here. This is our Discord community where all of you can join in, right? And there are all these channels available. So you can go to the general channel and you can ask whatever you want here. Our team is replying, right? So our team will be able to help you with whatever doubts you have. We have Ayush, Dhruv, Rudransh, me, all of us are available. Adit is also there. So all of us are available to help you with your doubts on Discord. You can either DM us also, or you can basically ask us your doubts in the relevant channel. For example, if it is an assignment related doubt, you can ask it in the assignment doubts channel. If it is a general doubts channel, you can ask it in the general channel, right? So whatever is the doubts essentially can be sort of taken up by us very, very easily. Okay. Got it. Session links and recordings are also shared here. So a lot of people are very, very active on Discord already. So every day's class link. So for example, today's class link was shared here in the session links tab. Recording for all the sessions is also shared in the recordings tab, right? So if you join the Discord community, it will be super helpful for you to communicate and ask doubts also, to have any discussions also. There are some good events also going on in our Discord community throughout. So you can obviously take part in those also. And of course, anything you want to ask, just feel free to ask us. Okay. Got it. Right. So, okay, I hope now Discord is clear. Please make sure you join Discord also. Okay, taking a few more questions. Share, Amit, please copy paste this one time, right? Why are you pasting it 3 times, 5 times, 10 times? I cannot answer. Ramakrishna Gharage, yes, you can. Please reach out to your old batch manager or else DM us on Discord. Okay. The interview will be based on what has been covered in the pre-course in the last few days. I mean, actually, I just told this thing thrice in the last 50 minutes, right? So try and listen more, absorb, then you will be not asking redundant, repeating questions, right? Is there a lecture today? Yes, absolutely. Tushar will be coming in soon in the next 15 days, 15 minutes, right, or so, and he will be discussing few practice questions, right, and discussing, I think, the mock test also. Okay. How much time you can immediately take it anytime before 11th? You can take the coding test second attempt also. Like I said, right, you fail it right now, right, immediately also I can take the second attempt if I want. Okay. Ankit already answered, there is no cap to the strength of main course. How many of our students are there? We divide them into future sub batches. Okay. Mock test questions are different from pre-course modules. Yeah, mock test is slightly challenging. It's not different topic at all, right? Coding test will be almost the same level as the assignments which are being given. What if I don't get the job after the main batch within 6 months? So if you're opting for upfront option, you have completed the 6 modules out of 8 at least, and you don't get placed in 6 months, we will refund the entire course fees. In case you are in pay after placement, you complete the program 6 months after that, you don't get placed, you don't pay us anything. Simple, right? So it's a 100% guarantee from our side that we will get you placed above 5 LPA if you are working hard with us and doing at least 6 out of 8 modules in 12 months. Okay. How many students will be selected for main? No, yaar, Bhavesh, you can go through the program definitely for learning purposes. It is amazing even if you are a 12th pass right now. But for 12th pass, we don't have a job guarantee right now. It is for final year students and graduates that we have a job guarantee from our end right now. Okay. Yes, Arman, yes, definitely. You can use the compiler at the time of interview. In coding test, no. In coding test, automatically you will see the compiler there. So you will have to solve it on that compiler itself. You cannot choose any other compiler. In the interview, you can choose any compiler of your choice. Okay. Sir, my assignment coding was passed successfully, but it's not submitted. What can I do? Submit it. Why are you not submitting assignment questions? Simple, right? If you just submit, then it will be marked solved if you are clearing all the test cases. If you are not clearing test cases, obviously it will not get marked as solved. Okay. Company interview, Kunal, are online. Most of the company interviews are online. Okay. How much time given for second attempt for test? Amol already answered this question. Yes, main course also has recordings. Bhavesh, can you stop spamming? People just don't understand, right? There's basic professionalism which you'll have to learn. If you're going to go into the industry soon, you'll have to learn all these things, right? Otherwise, people around you will get irritated and they'll kick you out, right? These are basic professional ethics and courtesy, right? So yeah, try and do that much at least. Yeah. Yep, absolutely, Biswajit. Recently, art student Aditi's interview has also been put up, in fact, right? So she was an art student. She's working at 9 LPA now, right, as a software developer. So there's no, trust me, people restrict themselves because they think their background is not ideal for it. And that, why do you not realize that if you work hard for 6 months, all of it is done, achievable. So focus on building and working hard from here and don't keep your past background as an excuse. Okay. You can learn everything and anything from scratch, and you have that opportunity also now. So don't keep this an excuse that my background was different. Doesn't matter. You are being taught from scratch. Okay. So there is no reason for you to not be able to learn. Just your hard work and your efforts are the only thing which you need to control, and everything else will fall in place automatically. Right. Okay. Yeah, so batch have Vibhuti, just to give you context, right? That are recent batches which have just started right now, right? They have just started and they have actually increased volume. Earlier, our batches used to be very, very small because we were an early stage startup. Now we know that we have so many placement partners, we have such a big mentor team, we have high quality instructors and mentors in line, we have a state of the art learning platform in place, right? And that is why we are enrolling more students now, right? Otherwise, our first batch had 45 students, for example, right? Uh, okay. What if I didn't get clear 6 out of 8 modules in 6 months? Zainul, you have 12 months to do it. That is what I'm saying, right? Instead of 6 months, we are giving you 12 months. We encourage people to, let's say, I personally encourage students to repeat a module if they are not confident in it, right? I tell them it is okay. It is okay to take 1 month extra. Instead of 6 months, you complete the course in 7 months. You complete the course in 8 months also. That is also okay, right? But thoroughly doing it is much more important, right? So you have entire 12 months to complete 6 out of 8 modules at least, right? 6 modules out of 8. Questions are same in both the coding test. It's a Varsha, it is a huge question bank, right? So don't expect that the first time you get the same questions and second time you get the same questions in coding test. Obviously not. It's a huge question bank and you will get different questions every time you write the coding test, right? How many mock tests we can attempt? Mock test, you can attempt it once. Here, no issues. I think mock test is there for once only. Apart from that, I shared a link on chat with all of you guys if you want to practice some more extra questions, right? I have put it here. Interview pattern already explained, Shailesh. One coding question will be asked in a 25-30 minute interview. It will be on Google Meet. Coding question will be based on the assignment. The interviewer will ask you to explain the logic on how you will approach it and ask you to code it on any online compiler. Simple, right? So very, very straightforward. No hi-fi interview is going to be there. It is just going to test what you have done in the pre-course. Have you understood it or not? Simple, right? Shubham, you might be making some mistake, right? You might be making some mistake. That is why that edge case you might be missing or something. That is why it is showing 6 out of 7 test cases passed, right? What if someone is working in another organization with a bond period and at the same, if and then who will pay the bond amount? Seema, obviously you will pay the bond amount. Why would anyone else pay the bond amount, right? Let's say you are working at 3 LPA job where you have a 1 lakh rupee bond for 2 years. Now you are with Acciojob and we get you placed at 8 LPA, right? So obviously then you would have to pay that 1 lakh rupee bond amount to that company and break that bond so that you can join this 8 LPA job. You cannot expect anyone else to pay that bond amount, right? Okay, I hope this is clear. If I clear one code, then I eligible for interview. Sir, I'm joined just before. Please reply. Vishwanand, yes, in interview, one coding question will only be asked. You clear it, of course, you'll get selected. Interviewer will judge you thoroughly on how you think, how you are you able to attempt, are you able to write code, what everything they'll judge. I have an advanced diploma. Am I eligible for money back? No, yaar. Merrill, right now it is restricted to graduates and final year students in graduation. But I'm pretty sure you'll get to learn a lot in the program if you're looking at upskilling genuinely, and you will get a lot of placement opportunities also. Okay. Any specific questions to practice for coding test? Right. Any specific questions to practice for coding test? I have shared multiple times. Anish Sheikh, I've shared multiple extra practice questions also. And if you want, I will put that extra practice questions also. Right. And in the general chat of our Discord. So if you are on the Discord group in the general channel, you can easily sort of find the extra practice questions link also, right? And yep, any other sort of things which are there. Who are mentor who take July batch? Heard about Bhavya sir, Shantanu sir, so they are going to take classes. Yes, Pooja, I'm sure you must have heard of Tushar, Bhavya, Adarsh, Shantanu, Uday, right? So we have a big instructor pool who are all amazing, right? So you will get one of those amazing folks taking your classes. Don't worry. Do we get the same question for the second? No, yeah, obviously not. Okay, again, same question. People are repeating 100 times. Whew, very difficult. Okay. I am working at 6 LPA. Can I get more than that? Absolutely, Kundan. Our average is 8.3, right? So even if you do average, you're going to, of course, get a hike. But you can go ahead and give the coding test and interview. In the interview basis, how you do, we can give you a higher minimum promise also. Master students have job guarantee. Why not? Master students also have a job guarantee here. Uh, sir, I am unable to understand all assignments, but I lack in logic building in new questions. Is it normal? Or I have to work hard? It's demotivating me. Kuldeep, very, very normal. When you're starting with problem solving, right? The first 30, 50, I would say 100 questions, right? You will always get stuck. Then slowly and steadily, once you are hitting that 100 question mark, and that is by that time you will start realizing and feeling that now actually I am able to figure out the approach myself also. It takes time. It takes a lot of practice and effort, but there is no other way around to it, to be very honest. Keep thinking what the approach can be, attempting them, and then discuss them, right? And once you discuss them, then you will grasp the approach, right? Okay. Why your hair color is white, right? So this part is white because I've been born with it, right? It's like Indira Gandhi. I have a spot there, right? Very always, all new people are very curious to know that. Okay. In any case, when we get to know we are selected or not, as soon as you give the coding test, you will get the result on your Acciojob platform. And as soon as you give the interview, within 24 hours, the interview results are also shared with you, right? Ravi Ranjan, yeah, we try our best to keep it to a suitable. Plus, we run a no-cost EMI also with it to make it as affordable as possible, right? Sir, I'm unable to understand. Okay, already answered. When is the final coding test? When is the final coding test? As in the coding test opens from tomorrow morning, right? So you can take it anytime after tomorrow morning, basically. Okay. Okay. Tushar sir explained everything with crystal clear. Can I use Tushar sir as a mentor for me in batch? Tarun, don't worry. Even if you get some other mentor, they will be equally good. Yeah, I am guaranteeing you that, right? At what date we have to sign agreement? After Ravi, after you clear the interview, right? The agreement will be mailed to you, and you will be given some time to read the agreement, ask your doubts, fill up the agreement, and then move ahead from there, right? Okay. Share link of some practice questions already shared on the Discord group. Also, I have shared the link for practice questions. Again, on the Zoom chat, also I am sharing it, right? So some more practice questions here, right? Uh, okay. Uh, easily, yes, easily. If you practice these questions, you would be in a good spot to sort of accomplish that. Yeah. Yeah, easily, Shubhajit. So the live sessions are after 8 p.m. So 8 to 11 p.m. we have live classes. You can take out another 2 to 3 hours to practice the assignments which are being given every day, right? Yogesh, I won't answer the question. The people who are copy pasting multiple times, I won't answer the question. I'll skip them, right? Simple. Okay. At the time of interview, if I'm good in theory part but stuck in programming part in some cases, what are the chances to get selected? There is no theory, Arman. It will be a simple coding question based on what we have covered in the pre-course, up to arrays, for loops, conditionals, right? You will be given the question, you will be attempting that question. Simple, right? No, job guarantee is there for graduates, final year graduation students or graduates for now, right? It will be exactly the same. So guys, that is what I've been trying to tell you. The coding test is 1 hour long, Sagar, 1 hour. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I was saying in the pay upfront option also, they way in the upfront option also you will be in the same batch, same placement opportunities, same training, same instructor. Everything will be just the same, right? So there's no difference. You opt for the pay upfront option or the pay after placement option. Both come with a job guarantee. Both have the same outcome, right? Both have absolutely the same thing, right? So I think there shouldn't be any issue. Vishwajit, stop spamming it. We have a Discord group for people who want to ask their doubts. You don't need to provide any extra help there. It is okay, right? Okay, don't worry. We have a Discord group. Team Rudransh, can you please post the Discord group and please remove Vishwajit's Telegram post, right? We have it. हम ध्यान रख लेंगे यार, बच्चों का आप टेंशन मत लो. आपको अधिक सुविधा प्रोवाइड करने की जरूरत नहीं है, राइट? हम लोग भी तो वही कोशिश कर रहे हैं ना डिस्कॉर्ड ग्रुप में कि आपके डाउट सॉल्व कर पाए, राइट? तो क्यों एक टेलीग्राम ग्रुप अलग बनाना है? क्या जरूरत है? क्या मजा आ रहा है? सिंपल, राइट? Okay, perfect. If pre-course class missed, will it teach in running class? I am not sure what you are asking, Syed, to be very honest, right? If you have missed any pre-course class, you can always go and watch the recording. Once the main batch starts, we will be having a refresher of the pre-course part, which has already been covered in the main batch also, and before that also. That is why we want to complete the interview process by 11th and the upfront also as many as we can get by 11th or 12th, so that after that, before 28th, we can try and engage and make sure everyone is strong at fundamentals, right? Some companies also ask aptitude questions. Do we get to prepare? Yes, absolutely, Kundan. So we have regular aptitude practice questions and tests shared with you so that you can practice more aptitude as much as possible. But to be honest, most companies will focus on your coding skills more. So putting more effort on your coding skills will be more helpful, obviously. Placements will start from the 4th month, like I said, right? Typically from the 4th month itself, you can expect that placements will start if you are on track, of course, right? And people get placed in as early as 4th month, those who have been consistent from the beginning. Yes, absolutely. Sai Kandi already answered. You can apply for better upgraded job opportunities in future, once even after you get first job offer. How many days to declare results? Coding test result will be instant. As soon as you finish the coding test, you can come to your Acciojob platform and see the result. For interview, within 24 hours of giving the interview, you will get the result. Some companies ask aptitude. Yes, already answered. Okay. Team, do we have Tushar in place? So from 9 o'clock, Tushar is 9:15 or 9:30. Tushar is also going to join in, and Tushar is going to cover the pending remaining questions, right? Yes, absolutely. Pooja, mentors are not just going to follow up, they are going to give you target, they are going to keep pushing you, right? Because we don't leave anyone behind. That is what I'm saying, right? That is the best part about Active. So the mentors will keep following up with you if you don't finish your targets. You will have a dedicated batch manager also who will keep calling you every 10 days, who will be accessible anytime, every time you need any sort of help, right? So all the assistance, whatever help you will be needing throughout your entire learning journey, Acciojob will take care of that, right? Okay. I am 2011 passed out. Am I eligible? I have submitted 8 assignments. Abdul, you will have to submit at least 12 assignments to be able to give the coding test, right? But you are eligible for the upfront payment option, yeah. Sagar already said the coding test will be give the mock test, right? We keep a mock test specifically so that you can get an understanding of how give the mock test. That is how the coding test will be. In coding test, the questions will be slightly easier. They will be based on and similar level as assignments in the pre-course only. And you will have 2 questions in the coding test based on it. Simple. After 28 July, next batch, Sarika, would be somewhere around end of August. You can expect 28th of August most likely as the next date. Okay. Okay, perfect. Yeah, give the mock test, guys. So if you haven't given the mock test yet, please give the mock test for sure, so that so that so that you are aware of how the entire sort of uh, coding test is going to look like for you. Okay. Deepthi already answered. Why are you asking it again? I know you only asked the same question and you are asking it again. I told the answer. It was 25,000 Pratigya initiative discount will be there on 69,999. So it will be 45,000 plus GST, right? Why? Why do you guys do that? I'm unable to be sure about it. Vibhuti already discussed, right? The entire ISA agreement is in total 18 months, 12 months span to complete the entire training duration, 6 months ideally. If you need the entire 12-month span, you have that also to complete the entire training, and 6 months, 6 more months after that, we have in total, that is total of 18 months. Okay. Sir, about partial marking in coding test. Okay. So in coding test, there will be two coding questions. Let's say in first coding question, out of 8 test cases, I am able to solve only 4 test cases, right? So I will get half the marks. I will get 50% marks in that question, right? Similarly, if I, in the second question, if I solve 2 out of 8 test cases, I will only get 25% marks for that. Simple, right? In total, in the test, you need to get at least 50% marks, so to clear it, right? Yeah, you have to do assignments, guys. If you don't do the assignments, how will you clear the coding test? Simple. And you need to do a minimum 12 assignments so that the coding test opens up for you. Without that, the coding test won't even open up for you, right? Yeah, absolutely, Vikas. Why not give the test again? Santosh, I completely agree with you here, and wholeheartedly, I wish I can open a pay after placement for diploma also soon. But companies are something, right? As soon as we become confident that yes, now all our partner companies are okay with diploma people also, right? That is when we'll be able to do it. Currently, diploma students will be eligible for around 50-60% companies out of all the companies coming in Acciojob, which is also substantial. And that is why I say if you're taking up the program, you will upskill a lot and you will get opportunities for placement also. No, Rajesh, 2017 is upfront. 2017 and before, all upfront. How should we give mock tests on the platform, guys? If you just go to Acciojob Precourse platform, you are getting the option to, in your home tab itself, you're getting the option to take the mock test, right? So go ahead and take the mock test from there. Okay. Waiting for Jitu Bhaiya. Perfect, yeah. I think Jitu Bhaiya should be joining us very, very soon. He told us that maximum by 9:30 he will be joining in. So we will start with Jitu Bhaiya from 9:30 onwards. Don't worry. Okay, Febin is asking if we get a 10 lakh plus job, then get fired. Okay, then get a job around 6 lakhs or below 5 lakhs. Which payment plan should follow? The 10 lakh plus plan. Febin, once it remains same the both ways, right? It is a fixed amount of fees. Once it is started and triggered, that is what you will be completing. Simple, right? You get the positive also of it, right? If you get placed at 5 LPA, you are starting to pay in 5 to 10 LPA slab, and after that you get placed in 20 LPA, still you are paying the same amount, right? So does class timing remain same? Yes, we have class time between 8 to 11 p.m. in the main batch also. Live sessions will be between the 8 to 11 time slot only. All live session recordings will be shared with students. They will have access to the learning platform for live, right? So feel free to learn. Yeah. 6 months. Training course duration is 6 months. If you are on track and consistent, you will learn all the modules in 6 months. You will get placed. Your placements will start in the 4th month itself, right? If you ask about the entire tenure of the agreement, then that is 18 months. So you will have access to placements going ahead from the 4th month till the 18th month, right? Okay. Yes, webcam is needed for coding test and interview both. Webcam and mic will be needed for both. Okay. So if you don't have it, please figure out. Okay. Sounds good. All good. Perfect. Backlog won't be a problem till you are able to clear it in the next 6 months. Yeah. Subhajit, please watch my orientation session recording, right? I will share the screen with you and explain how you can do that, right? So if you just go and log into your Acciojob platform, you will be able to see all the recordings are there. If you attend the orientation recording, you will have all the details. 50% of the questions which you guys are asking, I have already explained in detail in the orientation session, right? So please go ahead and watch the recording of the orientation session, and that will clear all your doubts. Okay. Is there internet connect also required for? Of course, internet connection will be required for classes. Because what sort of a question is that, right? Okay. Earphone will be sufficient or not? Earphone is good enough. Like, what are you asking? I don't know. Right? Oppo, I would suggest if you're even if you're opting for upfront, please book your seat by paying the first EMI by before 12th of July if possible, because after that we can at least have time to engage with you and make sure that your fundamentals are at par by 28th July. Okay. So the test was failed. What happened next? If you fail the test is going to start from tomorrow. Sunil, how are you already failed in test? The test is going to start, coding test will start from tomorrow. So make sure that you attempt the test, right? Attempt the test basically. Yep. Okay. So main help English communication. Yes, absolutely. In main batch, we will help you improve on your English communication. Don't worry about that. Yep, Mehran. So mentors are available in different ways, right? So we have opened out hours where you can drop in and ask your doubts. We have one-on-one mentorship sessions with mentors. We have one-on-one mock interviewing sessions, right? So we have a whole lot of ways in which you engage with mentors at different points of time. So even if you don't have a mic, it is okay. Your laptop microphone should be working. You don't need a mic. Your laptop microphone is working. That is good enough. Yeah, give the demo mock test today only. Yeah, from tomorrow the main coding test is starting. Sir, will we get daily tests from 6 to 10 July? Yeah, anytime you can, Rashmita, anytime you on between 6 to 10 July, you can come in and give the coding test. Right? So how do a working person can complete assignments as well as the live class? Yeah, so 8 to 11 is the live class time. And after that, another 2 to 3 hours you have to invest to solve the assignments being given. We have around 25% students who are working professionals. You have to work hard. You cannot expect that you can chill also and you can suddenly get a great job also, right? You have to work hard, no option. In main batch, Saturday and Sunday, Subhajit, we don't have a lot of classes. On Sunday, definitely there will be a coding contest every weekend, so that you have to write for sure. On Saturdays, we will have sometimes guest sessions, soft skills sessions, project building sessions, and stuff like that. Revision sessions, right? So these things would be there. The CTC included in LPA for calculating EMI and pay after placement. Yes, CTC is exactly what we will be following, right? Yes, absolutely. So in the main batch, if you haven't already seen the platform, Pratibha, in main batch, we already have detailed topic-wise notes on all possible topics already provided to the students, right? So do we need to complete 12 assignments by today? No, you can do it tomorrow also. As soon as you do 12 assignments, you will become eligible to take the coding test. Simple, right? Batch size generally, Omkar, every sub-batch is around 100 students. No worries at all, Vishal. To be very honest, that 3-4 month gap is not an issue at all. Okay. When will we get result of coding test? Right away? Yes, absolutely. Right away. As soon as you submit the coding test, you come to your Acciojob platform and you will see the result. One interview. Zenul, for the selection interview, if you're talking about one interview, for placement interview in main batch, if you're asking about, there is no limit to it. You can take as many as you want. Pritish, if you get a job less than 5 LPA, you don't have to pay for that job. You can keep applying for better jobs through us, right? Above 5 LPA. So all assignments solving mandatory for test, not all, minimum 12, but I would strongly suggest that try and attempt all the questions so that you are confident to clear the coding test and interview. When will we get the result of the interview? Within 24 hours of you giving the interview, you will get the result. So total fees of course for upfront already explained, Divya. For if you're a female, then you have 25,000 off. 69,999 minus 25,000, 45,000 plus GST. Can I give mock test more than once? Anis, mock test you can give once only, I think. Or I think I'll have to check. I'm not too sure. Just ask it on the Discord group. My team will confirm. So only one day, 15, 16 to 6, only one day, Rashmita, you can give coding test 2 times, right? Anytime between 6 to 10th, you can give it first time. If you don't clear it, you can give it again anytime you want. Okay. Abdul, you will face eligibility issues in some companies, but you will be eligible in a lot of companies. So your goal should be to upskill and get placed in those eligible companies. How many students join me? Okay, too many questions which are repeated, more or less. I think I have taken everyone's questions. People are dropping off also now. I'll just check with the team and okay. So I think Tushar is joining in a couple of minutes, right? So after that, Tushar will be taking a few revision questions and whatever he's covered in the last classes also, right? Till that time, for the next couple of minutes, hang on everyone. So Tushar should be joining in the next couple of minutes itself. And yeah, upfront, Mehran, if you just think about it, right? The student who is paying upfront is confident in the fact that yes, they are going to work hard with us and will complete basic 6 modules out of 8 at least, right? If you're confident of that, I am okay, right? I am okay to have you and work hard with you to get you placed. In pay after placement, I need to make sure that yes, you are disciplined. If you're disciplined, only then you will be able to work hard with us and get placed, right? If I get a job with less than 5 LPA through Accio or from out of Accio, do we need to pay? Lalit, from Acciojob, you will not get a job less than 5 LPA because all companies coming through Acciojob will be above 5 LPA, right? And if you get placed above 5 LPA through Acciojob or without, apart from Acciojob, you will be liable to pay us, right? Simple. Okay. So yep, Tushar has, I think, joined in, right? Tushar can take over from me now. We can hang on to the, we can put a halt to the doubts for now, right? For some time. We can put a halt to the course related doubts at least for now. Let's pass it on to Tushar. If any one of you has any other questions, the Discord community is there for you to ask these questions, right? Feel free to ask your question in the Discord community, right? You are copy pasting the same question 50 times in chat and Zoom. Why can you not just join the Discord community once and ask it there only one time, right? Rudransh is posting the Discord link. Rudransh, please post the Discord link 4 or 5 times more so that the students have access to it and join the Discord group and ask your doubts on the Discord group. Simple, right? For now, passing it on to Tushar. Last session with Tushar, I believe. So the last couple of hours you can utilize and revise some topics and discuss some problems, I believe. And yep, Tushar, over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Yash. Thank you.
Perfect. Okay, guys, thank you so much for being patient. Yep, over to Tushar. Yeah.
Thank you. All right, guys, welcome. Very good evening, guys. Hi, very good evening, guys. Welcome. Okay, very good evening. Welcome. All right. Good evening. Hi, good evening, guys. All right. Okay. Okay. So I think yeah, good evening, guys. Welcome. So I hope mostly doubts are clear. Okay. And in case, guys, still any doubts are pending, feel free to join the Discord group. Okay. Most of the doubts will be resolved there. Okay. So you can ping and there. I think the team is there. The complete team is there to help you. Right. Input test cases. Okay. 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 All right. Right. I think let's start with that. We rock all the day. Okay, cool. So I think we can start the session. Okay, just a second. Okay. Guys, I would strongly recommend you guys that before you really give the coding test, okay, make sure that the concepts are strong. Okay, try to practice at least something around 10-15 problems of loops and arrays combined. Okay, it would be great if you're solving the assignments. Okay, yes, today we'll be talking all about the problem solving only. Okay, today we'll be talking about the problem solving mainly. That is the plan for the today. Okay, and I will try to, I mean, even before you go for the coding test, we'll discuss about the coding test, and we'll discuss about the interview also in general, and also we'll try to discuss about the basic idea of yeah, tips for coding test. Yeah, and so we'll be discussing something as about the coding test. Okay, this is about the coding test, and then we can discuss about the interview also a little bit. And but before this, we'll try to discuss about the problems, some problems. We'll discuss out some problem solving approaches. What are the different ways in which we can solve the problems, and something like that, right? What are the general ways in which we can approach the problems? What should be a good way to practice? Some last moment tips, and that is the plan for the today's lecture. Okay, yeah. Yes, okay. Honestly, if you ask me, mostly, okay, one very important thing, okay, there are a lot of problems, right? And you can definitely even, so for example, some people are saying that mock test problems are not being covered, but even those problems, okay, you can always Google them. Okay, so mock test problems or any other problems, you're not really clear, you're not really convinced with the solution that was taught in the class, that's absolutely fine, that is possible. I would please strongly recommend, please copy paste that problem and search it on Google. Okay, and search it on Google. Please copy paste that problem and search it on Google. They're very standard problems. Okay, they're really standard problems. And I mean the problems that are given in the assignments and in the mock test, they're standard problems. We wanted you to learn from those problems. We want you to yes, all right, okay. Okay. The rotation problem, I think you can skip. Okay, honestly, rotation problem is a little tricky problem. Okay, you want me to discuss, we'll discuss that. That's not a very big problem. But for the coding test perspective, you can skip that problem. Okay, there are very less chances that that problem will be asked. Okay, that's a little tricky and little advanced problem. Okay, array rotation problem is something you can skip. Okay, okay, don't worry much about the array rotation problem. Okay, you can skip this for the coding perspective. Okay, yeah, it's little advanced problem. Okay, stopwatch, I think stopwatch you should do that. Stopwatch is a very standard problem. Okay, so every problem that is there in the assignments, that is available on GFG. Okay, this is a very famous site, GFG, Geeks for Geeks. The problems are really available on that site. Okay, so you can actually practice on these sites. Okay, yeah, okay. You can practice on these sites. I want to, okay, stopwatch will do that. Okay, we'll do the stopwatch problem. Okay, stopwatch में कुछ खास है नहीं वैसे, but we'll still do the stopwatch problem. Okay, and yeah, what is the stopwatch problem that you're all talking about? Just a second. Okay, mainly you should be comfortable with what I am telling you. You should actually be comfortable with that. How can I apply two loops on one array? That is that particular concept is something that you should be comfortable with. Okay, two loops on one array is the concept that I believe you should be comfortable with. Okay. How can you apply two loops on one array? Okay, basically double loop in one array. That is an important type of problem. Okay, there are a lot of variations that can happen in this. Okay, before I really start, okay, before I really start, and can you guys try a problem? Okay, meanwhile you guys can try a problem. You are given an array. Okay, you are actually given an array. I want everybody to write a code for this. You want to given an array. You have to create a new array. given an array, you will be given n, the number of elements of the array, and then you will be given n elements, right? Then you will actually be given n elements. Okay, you will be given n, and then you will be given an array. So these things are actually denoting an array, right? Now the next thing that you need to understand is that you need to create a new array. You need to actually create a new array. Create a new array. That is the reverse of this. You need to create a new array. That new array is simply the reverse of this array. New array is simply the reverse of this array. For example, if the array is 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, if the array is having 4 elements, right? And the 4 elements are 1, 2, 3, 4, you should have a new answer array. You should actually have a new answer array, and that should have elements 4, 3, 2, 1. Right? Just simply reverse of that. Right? So this is the idea. This is what you should have. That you should have an array. You are actually having an array. This is an array ARR. So you should get a new array that is exactly the reverse of that array. Can you guys write a code for this? Yeah, you can take 5 minutes. Okay, you can kind of take 5 minutes. So you should kind of, it's like a palindrome thing, or maybe just simply reverse karna array. So this is what we need to reverse this array. We need to create a new array, and us array go, the new array is having such a property that it is just the reverse of that. Okay. Meanwhile, I'll just see what is this problem that is shouting stop. What stop? What is the problem? You need to get a new array. Okay. You cannot use the same array, but you need to actually get a new array. This is not a number that you need to reverse, right? एक पूरे array के elements को reverse करना है, right? Good, Ashwin, good. Good, Sharik. Maybe I'm not sure if the code is complete or not, but yeah. In which section that problem is there? That stopwatch problem that you're talking about. कौन से section में है वो? Conditionals. Practice question. Okay. So in case you're not really clear of the problems, I would very strongly recommend, okay, अच्छा, fine, fine. Array dot length is a function in which we are helping to calculate the length of the array. Right. Array dot length is something that you can skip on. Guys, we can cover the stopwatch problem. Okay. But if you ask my particular advice, or if you ask me, then I think this stopwatch problem is not very of high priority. Okay. The stopwatch problem is not very of high top priority thing. So we can cover this, but I want you guys to cover some more important concepts. Okay. In the initial part, we can maybe the stopwatch problem we can do at a little later stage. That is a plan. Okay. Yeah. Can we discuss the mock test? We can discuss the mock test problems. Yeah. Kind of. Okay. Okay. So for the interview perspective, okay. For the interview perspective, I'll talk about the interview perspective. For the interview perspective, you will mainly have the problems that have been discussed in the class, okay, that have either been discussed in the class or were a part of assignments, okay, that have either been discussed in the class or have been a part of assignments. I'm not saying that yes, 100% problems will come from here, but yes, the concepts that will be used will almost, right? The concepts that will be actually be used will almost revolve around this only, okay, that there is this class and there is this assignment problems, okay. So the interviews you should focus, so you will be actually asked, I'm not sure, either you'll be asked one question or two questions, okay, either one, just one question or two questions, depending on how well you answered, right? So suppose in one question you were maybe stammering a little bit, or maybe you were not able to explain, but the interviewer is feeling that yes, you can probably tell, then he will be asking you two questions, okay. In the coding test you will be having two questions, okay. So coding test you will be having two questions. The coding test you will have two questions. The time, how much will be the time? I'll just confirm you the time part. Okay, just one second. I'll just confirm the time part. Well, I think Rudransh is not picking up the call, but as soon as he reverts back, yeah, just check. Is there?
Hello, hello.
Yeah, Rudransh. Hello. Yes, guys. So coding question is a 1 hour. Okay, coding test is a 1 hour, and yeah. So coding test is a 1 hour, and this is okay. So after you clear the coding interviews, okay, after you clear the coding test, you will go through an interview. Okay, you will go through an interview. In the interview, technically, the questions really depends. Either you can have one question, one coding question. Okay, either you can have one coding question, or you can have two small questions, right? Either you can have two small questions. Maybe that what will you do? I mean, just two discussion of two questions, right? Some asking about data types or asking about upcasting, downcasting, maybe a theoretical question, and some simple for loop questions, right? Something of that sort, right? So if the interviewer is convinced with one question only that yes, this candidate is very good, then you can get selected with one question also. But if the interviewer is not very convinced, or you are not able to solve any question, okay, so in that case you will have two questions. Okay, in that case you will actually have two questions. Yeah, so that really depends. Okay. All right. Okay. I think so. Honestly, interview is something that will be very comfortable with you guys. Okay. Try to focus more on arrays and loops. Try to focus more on arrays plus loops. Either a single loop in loop, either you can go on a single loop or you can go on a double loop. Okay. Or you can go on double. This is kind of a major way. This is kind of the major focus area. We really expect you guys that in the pre-course, this is the level that you might have achieved, right? This is the level that you should have achieved. So try to focus more on arrays and loops part, something of that sort, right? Arrays, loops, these are the topics that you can strengthen on, right? Okay. Sounds good, right? So array plus loops is something so important topic if you ask me. Okay. Even before the coding test, I would strongly recommend you guys that go on GFG and practice basic array problems, array plus loop problems, right? And even the assignment problems are there. I would strongly recommend you guys. Okay. I would strongly recommend you guys that please try to go through these assignments. Okay. In case there are some problems that have not been covered, that is one of the case. Or the second possible case could be that you have not really got them right. So in both of the cases, I would strongly recommend that there are online solutions available also. Please have a look at them. Okay. Online video solutions are also there. You can just simply type the same problem name. Okay. Online video solutions are there on YouTube where they will try to explain you the problem step by step. Okay. Also, codes are also available, right? So sometimes on internet, basically GFG. So codes are also available on GFG. Okay. So codes are actually available on this website GFG. So I would very strongly recommend you guys that please try to practice a lot of problems. Okay. Please try to practice a lot of problems. Okay. These are the important topics: arrays and loops. Loops could be one loop, single loop, or a double loop, depending on the scenario. Okay. But yes, a good idea is to be practicing them. Okay. A good idea is to practice them. Practice this topic. Okay. You can practice for 2D array as well. Okay. You can also practice for 2D array. Okay. Okay. Please don't worry that you have not been taught functions. Okay. Don't worry of this concept functions. Okay. Functions will not be asked in the interviews or not in the coding notes. Functions is something that you should not worry on. Okay. Functions pe mat chinta karo. Whatever things that you can do with functions, you can always do without functions. Okay. In case you don't pass the coding test, then you will have to wait for the next pre-course. Okay. So Bajit, I write a program. How many days you should wait? That really depends on you, right? So if you, I think you are good with this topics, okay, I would recommend that you can go ahead. Okay, but in case you want a day or so for practice, you can keep one more day and right. So in case you want 1 or 2 more days, then I think you can go with that. You want to practice one day, but I would strongly recommend practice at least 5 to 6 problems. Okay, 5 to 6 problems. Okay, on this. Okay, not all the explanations are complex. Okay, not all the explanations on GFG or other websites are complex. Okay, you just don't try to focus much on the function part. We don't try to focus much on the function part. Just try to focus the code part, right? जो उसमें बीच में code लिखा होता है, that is more important. You just need to get a hint from that, right? You just don't need to get the complete solution, right? You just need to get a small hint for that. GFG link is a proper standard website. It's a GFG, Geeks for Geeks. It's a full form. This Geeks for Geeks is there. You just simply type GFG. So yeah. So this is the proper website. It is having a lot of practice problems. Okay, on arrays and loops are the topics I would recommend. You can practice more of them problems. So arrays, basic problems, right? Simple array problems. You can sort by easy ones, right? They're difficult problems actually. School level, right? These are good problems. These school level problems are actually the problems that we target. Okay. These school level problems in the array topic. Okay. In case you're not really clear how to go through this is the link. Okay. So that is only after you practice the assignment problems. Okay. This is something that in case you have done the assignment problems, then what you do. Okay. Coding test maybe I mean array rotation is little of high concept. Okay. Array rotation, you can skip that. Array rotation is little advanced. Okay, so array rotation is little advanced problem. You can skip that problem. ठीक है, array rotation कितना load मत लो. ठीक है. All right. So maybe let's practice one or two more problems that wanted to cover this very important problem that was there. By the way, guys, this is the last class. Okay. This is the last class for the pre-course. From tomorrow, you will be having the coding test for all those people who don't know, and then you'll be having the interviews. Okay. All right. Array rotation type questions. What are array rotation type questions? कुछ और concept लगाओ. Array rotation is a little tough to ask. It's not mandatory to take the test tomorrow itself. You are having two or 3 days. Okay, you can choose the test anytime at your convenience during that time. Okay. So what is this problem saying? This is an interesting problem. Okay, and important. Okay. So this problem itself is not important, but this concept is important. Okay. This concept is something important. Please try to focus on the concept. Try to focus more on the concept कि इस type की problems आ सकती हैं, right? Yes, इस type की problems आ सकती हैं. That is the idea. So what is the problem saying? The problem is saying that given an array of integers and a positive integer k, so you will be given two things. The first you will be given is n, an array of integers, and the second thing that you will be given is k. You need to figure out the number of pairs. Okay, ऐसे आपको number of pairs ढूंढने हैं, i, j in the array such that where I is less than j, and array of I plus array of j, array of I plus array of j. अगर दो चीजें करनी होती है ना, so जब दो indices की बात हो रही हो, when we are actually talking about two indices, in that particular thing we always use double loops, right? Already discussed in the route class. So this problem is clear in the route class, right? Or then why I'm not discussing? Yes, guys, this is clear. Okay. Cool. ठीक है. All right. Makes sense. For all those people who are still not clear, please try to go watch this doubt session recording. Okay. Yes. Okay. Prime numbers discuss कर लेते हैं. Okay. Let's discuss the prime number problem. Let me just check this one. What was the problem? Just 1 second. So there was this problem called perfect number. जो ट्रांसपोज कर लेते हैं transpose of a matrix. Okay, yeah, we can do this transpose of matrix. That may let's try to understand. I understand there are a lot of problems we can discuss, right? This problem solving is a very continuous process, but even try to understand from my perspective. Okay, at this time, okay, I understand a lot of problems that are there in your doubt. Okay, that might be your doubts, and you want me to clear them. That is, I understand that, but try to understand. बहुत सारे मतलब मैं जो प्रॉब्लम्स करवा रहा हूँ, ट्राई टू फोकस ऑन दीज प्रॉब्लम्स, ठीक है, इन कॉन्सेप्ट्स के ऊपर फोकस करना, ठीक है. सो व्हाट एवर द प्रॉब्लम्स आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट टुडे, try to focus on them. Okay, so even I understand that there are a lot of problems, but I am trying to cover them priority wise. Okay, that whatever problems I feel are the most important problems, okay, I am trying to cover them earlier, and whatever problems are little of less priority for the coding point of view, right? So from coding point of view, so that I am trying to cover them a little later. Okay, so don't try to get stressed. Okay, जो भी problems हैं वो problems I am trying to cover priority wise. Okay, so the first problem that we're planning for now is, let's discuss about the transpose of a matrix. Transpose of a matrix. So what is the transpose of a matrix saying? Transpose of matrix has something that if you're given an array, okay, if you are given an array, you will be given n cross m. Okay, you will be given, I'm not sure if it's an n cross m or is it what, n cross m का array है ना, yeah, ठीक है. So you will be given an n cross m array, right? एक n cross m का array है, maybe n is 2,3, right? 2 cross 3, मतलब 2 rows, and in each row we have 3 values, right? So it is 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, right? So assuming it's a 2 cross 3 matrix, it's a simple 2 cross 3 matrix. Now I need to get a transpose of this matrix, right? I need to actually get a transpose of this matrix. What do I really mean by transpose? Yes, this matrix should not be a 2 cross 3 matrix. Rather, transpose मतलब उसका invert करना types, right? So this is a standard way. Okay, transpose is defined as, okay, that array of ij should actually become array, or new array should be there, right? A new answer of j cross I. Simple. This is the concept. Ki whatever array of ij is there, that should simply become array of ji. ठीक है, यही मतलब होता है बस ट्रांसपोज का, right? This is only we really mean by the transpose thing, right? That for example, if it's a 2 cross 3 matrix, if it is actually a 2 cross 3 matrix, its transpose will be a 3 cross 2 matrix, right? मतलब मैं इसको ऐसे invert कर रहा हूँ, I'm just simply inverting it. So this 2 cross 3 will become 3 cross 2, right? This 2 cross 3 will become 3 cross 2, मतलब the new array that which you're declaring the answer array, right? The answer array that you're actually declaring, that should be of 3 cross 2 size, right? If the old array is of size 2 cross 3, जो old array है, whatever the old array is there, if that is of size 2 cross 3, in that case, whatever the new array is there, the new array will become of size 3 cross 2, right? New array will actually become of size 3 cross 2, right? अगर old array 2 cross 3 size का है, then new array will become of size 3 cross 2, right? ठीक है. So I have declared 3 cross 2 का मतलब है, 3 cross 2 का मतलब है that there are 3 rows and 2 columns, right? 3 rows and 2 columns. 3 rows. So yes, so simply 3 rows and then we have 2 columns. तो बस वही चीजें invert कर देनी है. जो first row है, right? So whatever the first row is there, that will become first column. 1, 2, 3. Whatever the second row is there, so whatever is in rows, that will become in column. Simple. That is the meaning of the transpose, and that is defined in the question. ठीक है, बस जो भी rows हैं, they will become columns. Okay, that this was the first row. This was simply first row. This first row will become first column, right? This first row will actually become first column. So similarly, this is second row, right? This is the second row. Now this second row can actually become second column. So this second column is 4, 5, 6. Okay. This is second column. Right. So we are having this first row, and then we are having is the second row, right? First row will actually become the first column, and second row will become the second column. मतलब जो यहाँ पर horizontal थे, whatever was horizontal here, this horizontal will actually become vertical here. Whatever was horizontal here, this thing would have become a vertical here. Right? So whatever was horizontal at that point, this thing is actually becoming vertical. ये horizontal यहाँ पर है, तो यहाँ पर होगा vertical. Yeah, right? Code कैसे करेंगे? Code is very simple, very simple. Okay. Anything that by chance comes of a 2D matrix, okay. अगर कुछ भी आप you are finding it in the problem, you are finding that yes, this is nothing but a 2D matrix. In that case, I mean, most of the times there will be just 1 or 2 lines of the code, okay, just 1 or 2 lines of the code, and other code will remain same. It is always that 2 for loops that will be there, right? It will always be those 2 for loops, just basic things will be there, right? The problems that we will be having in the coding round, okay, they will not be something very new problems, okay. You may seem that the problems will definitely look like that you have never done that problem, but if you will try to focus, always try to go through the examples part, okay. Please try to go through the examples, that yes, try to understand the problem well with the help of an example. That is a very important concept, okay, that you're really understanding the problem. Yes, this problem is there, I am understanding this problem with the help of some examples. कि problem क्या है क्या रहा है? That is very important. Okay. So now try to understand this. So we were taking the integer n. And then I am taking the integer m. So integer n or m ले लिया. Then what we are having, then we are simply having is a 2D matrix, right? Equals to new integer n cross n. Then I am taking the user input, simply assuming I have taken the user inputs. So how will I be taking the user input? Okay. I'll be taking the user input with the help of a for loop. Sorry. Scanner class I forgot to define. We need to define the scanner class also. Scanner sc equals to new scanner system.in, right? All right. Okay. So we are having this matrix of n cross m. I am taking the integer input. I must be less than n I plus plus. For integer j equals to 0, j must be less than m j plus plus. So matrix of I comma j equals to sc dot next int. So matrix of I comma j मैंने user input ले लिया. अब जो भी matrix problem होगी, ठीक है, I need to declare an answer array. My next step is to declare an answer array. That yes, I need to have an answer array, right? So what is the one thing that I have told you in transpose? In transpose, the idea is that whatever is in the row part, they will exchange with the columns, right? So rows are actually becoming columns and columns are actually becoming rows, right? So जो columns होते हैं technically, they are becoming rows. Rows column बन रहे हैं और column are becoming rows. That is the meaning of a transpose matrix, right? Yes. So I am declaring an answer array, but yes, guys, it would be a good idea that you can skip that package also. So I need to declare an answer array, right? I told you that rows are actually exchanged by the columns. New integer m cross n, right? If original was n cross m, तो जो भी original था, this original was n cross m, right? So this is the new one. This will become M cross N, right? This is the new one, and this will become M cross N. Just the reverse of that. Nothing fancy, just the reverse of. Right, okay. So now what we'll be doing, this part of the loop will always come. Integer I equals to 0 se leke n plus. You want to add brackets, you can add brackets, but yes, in case we have to write only one statement, okay, in case we have to write only one statement, in that particular case, the brackets can be optional, okay. Okay, you can write the curly braces, right? Nothing, no issues. Okay, you can write the curly braces, right? No hard feelings for that. All right. Okay. This is just a way of declaring a 2D matrix, right? Please rewatch that recording where I have tried to define the 2D matrix. Okay, I think that's the yesterday or day before yesterday's class. So I have tried to declare the integer array. What is the next thing I'm trying to do? See, so answer of j comma I is equals to matrix of I comma j. Simple, right? कि जो भी so what I have told you, right? So what is a transpose means actually that whatever the row and column are there. So transpose means the row and column get exchanged. Row and the column part actually get exchanged. So whatever we are having in matrix of ij, the same thing that we'll be having in matrix of j comma I. Almost same thing. So this answer of ji, right? बस ये transpose की definition है, right? ये कैसे आया? There is nothing much to answer on that. But yes, this is actually a transpose definition, right? So this is just a way of declaring a 2D matrix, right? There's nothing. So this is kind of a syntax. Okay. This is telling that yes, this is an integer array. These two brackets are telling that yes, it's a 2D matrix. This is the variable name you want to keep. Okay. New is a proper keyword, integer same. And then these are telling nm, right? So n is n and m. So it is n and m. So n is telling the number of rows कि कितनी rows हैं, and m is telling the number of columns, right? N is telling the number of columns. कितने columns है? N cross m matrix. Right? So this is the rows part. This is what we are having, the rows, right? These are the rows part, and this is the columns always, right? The vertical things are the columns. Right? So these are the columns. So this is how we are having the rows part and the columns part, right? The rows bhi and columns bhi. That is the idea. All right. Yes, it's a good idea to declare a new. It's a good idea to declare a new array. देखो मेरी बात ध्यान से सुनो. This is the property of a transpose matrix. Okay, this is something that is given in the question. That whatever rows are whatever present in rows, they will become in columns, and whatever is present in columns, whatever is actually present in the columns, they will become a part of the rows. This is a definition of a transpose. This is something that is given in the question. Definition of a transpose ki yes, transpose aisa dikhta hai. This is how transpose actually looks like. The rows get converted to the columns part, and the columns actually get converted to the rows part, right? This is we really mean by this, okay? Yeah. Okay. Now try to understand this. So what am I really doing? So I have declared an array. Okay. So in the initial part, what I have done, in the initial part, I have declared an array of n cross m, right? I have declared an array of n cross m, right? N rows and m columns. But transpose में क्या होगा? What will actually happen in transpose? Rows and columns will get exchanged. What will actually happen in transpose, guys? In transpose, whatever the rows are there, whatever the columns are there, they will simply get exchanged, right? So they will rows and columns, जो भी rows and columns हैं, they will simply get exchanged. ठीक है? Rows and columns will actually get exchanged. Yes, these are the rows and columns that are getting exchanged. But अब मुझे हर element के लिए I need to do this for every element. First, I'm only defining the size part, right? First, I'm only defining the size part. And why I'm really doing it this, okay? What is this for loop doing, right? This for loop is just trying to iterate. What is this for loop doing? This for loop is trying to iterate. This for loop is trying to iterate over the complete matrix. This is a very normal way, right? In 1D array, we were simply using a for loop for integer I equals to 0 से लेके n tak, right? So we were having this matrix. So what we are doing in this, trying to iterate over all the for loop, all the matrix. This is a very standard way, right? कि n rows or m columns में मैं जा रहा हूँ, and I'm just simply trying to iterate the matrix. This is a very simple process. Try to relate this to for loops, what we have done for the patterns part and whatever things are there, right? Matrix is a variable name, right? Matrix is a variable name, just simple variable. Okay. So what I'm doing, I am doing that whatever the answer of j comma I, right? So I comma j should be stored in j comma I, right? Because rows and columns are getting inversed. तो जो भी I comma j होगा वो j comma I में आएगा. Whatever is actually present in I comma j, the same thing will be present in j comma I, right? So I am trying to print integer I equals to 0 से लेके I must be less than n, I plus plus. But now it's reversed, right? Now this is an m cross n matrix. ध्यान से समझना. This answer array is not an n cross n matrix anymore. This is an m cross n matrix, right? I plus plus is something that you can simply do, right? I plus plus is equal to I plus 1. I plus plus really means I equal to I plus 1. So you can do it this way. But now this is an m cross n matrix, right? So this answer matrix is not an n cross m, but rather it's an m cross n matrix. So I will be trying to go first till m, I plus plus, and then inside I will be going till n, right? Okay, but simply system.out.println print. This is also the same way I'm really printing. This is the exact same way that way I'm really printing about the maybe the graphs part, maybe something of the graph part. Just we were actually printing the patterns part, right? The same concept will be repeated here. So it is answer of I comma j. Right? Just cut the same process. I'll just show you this with the help of an example. Assuming we are having 2 cross 3 matrix, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 rows or 3 columns, right? So I am having a 2 cross 3 matrix, which are having 2 rows, and then they are having three columns, right? Yes, so you could see that whatever was there in row, there was actually in the first row, that came in first column. 1, 2, 3 came in the first column. Whatever was there in the second row, that came in second column. This 4, 5, 6 actually became a part of the second column, right? So rows are actually being converted to columns. Isliye, for every element, what is the one thing that I was doing? That matrix of ij should be converted to answer of j comma I. कि जो भी matrix of ij है बस वो answer of ji में convert होता है, simple. And while actually printing that, but क्योंकि ये change हो चुका है, this is actually being changed, तो पहले m आएगा, first m will come and then n will come, right? This is the actual code. So this particular part is transforming the matrix, is transposing the matrix, something of that sort. Yeah, that we are actually transposing the matrix part, right? And this is what we are doing, just simply trying to print the 2D array. Right? But simply trying to print the 2D array, that is what I'm doing. All right. Guys, I am not having that access for mock test, okay? That is the issue. I am not having that access for mock test part. I cannot give the mock test. That's the problem. So that's why I'm not able to submit. Otherwise, I would have submitted it there only. But yeah. So you're seeing the level. Even Acciojob does not want to take me in the pre-course also, so they're not giving me the access to mock test also. Okay, Tushar, you're not really eligible for the mock test also. Go. I'm that kind of unlucky student. Yes, I should work hard even I know. Yes. Yes, clearing 50% of the assignments is mandatory for coding test. Yes. All right. Okay. So now I think the next important question I want to एक second. See, there is this problem that I really want to print some space in that, right? What is the way of printing this 2D matrix? Try to understand. The way of printing this 2D matrix is that I am having now m rows. I am having m rows, correct? Now try to relate this with the pattern part. Try to relate what we did with the pattern part. So I am having m rows. In every row, yes, so I am having m rows. In every row, I have n columns, right? I have n columns. पहले n rows थे, m columns थे, but they have been swapped. So I'm changing them, right? But what is the pattern I need to have? I need to have the values plus some space also. I need to actually have the values correct. But apart from the values, I need to get some space also. So that is why I'm having the space part. After a line is being printed, right? After actually I'm printing a line. After a line is printed, I want the line to break also. I want it to be printed in the next line. Again, always guys, आपको कोई चीज का doubt हो रहा है, just try it yourself. Right? You are having a doubt of something, just simply try this. So this is what the space is trying to print the space part. Okay, after one some space. Okay, and after this 4 we want an end of line also, right? So we are just trying to do the system.out.println, that is trying the end of line. Line number 37. 37 is a way. 37 is guys inbuilt feature. Inbuilt है मतलब ij will be given in ji. Okay. 37 will be inbuilt. This is given. This is definition of our transpose. ठीक है. इसमें कुछ समझा नहीं सकते. The Boston number problem, I'll just have the problem. We can go with the Boston. Let me just see if the guys try to understand. I'm just trying to cover the relevant problems. Let me just see if Boston problem makes sense or not. It is about just a second. Let me see the Boston problem. it's a composite number, that is the sum of whose digits is the sum of digits prime factors of p. Okay, got it. So before we really do this, okay, before we really do this, I want to discuss about the concept of right, right. I want to guys एक तो यार बारी बारी मैसेज मत करा करो यार. I'm just stopping that. What is the idea of 10 times Mohit printing the same message? I'm telling you, this is something I'm talking about priority wise. Try to understand. 10 बार 20 बार सेम मैसेज लिख लो, क्या सेंस है इस बात का? Stopping the chat section. All right, okay. Okay, now जो प्रॉब्लम्स करवा रहा हूँ वो ध्यान से समझ लो प्लीज. ठीक है, जो प्रॉब्लम्स एक्चुअली डिस्कस हो रही है उन प्रॉब्लम्स पे थोड़ा फोकस कर लो. अलग ही चल रहे हैं. Boston number also if you ask me, Boston number is also a little tricky problem. ठीक है, sum of digits of its prime factors of its prime factors. Boston number भी आनी मुश्किल है. ठीक है, थोड़ी सी मुश्किल प्रॉब्लम्स नहीं आएंगी. ठीक है, even we want you guys to cover this. Okay, even we want you guys to cover the majority of the problems, right? We want you guys to become a part of this, right? तो okay, बॉस्टन नंबर मुझे लगता नहीं है. बॉस्टन नंबर इज लिटिल ट्रिकी प्रॉब्लम. शायद इतनी मुश्किल प्रॉब्लम नहीं आएगी. ठीक है, लेस चांसेस दिस प्रॉब्लम विल कम. वाटर विल स्टॉपवॉच की नहीं. We can try of that. What one I want to discuss about the problem is about the prime number. Okay, first of all, let's try problem. We need to check if an array in an array is increasing or not. Check if an array is actually increasing or not. कि array हमेशा increasing है या नहीं. This is a concept wise very important problem, right? This is a concept wise important problem. कि ऐसा concept is something that you should understand. This is a concept wise important problem. You need to check if an array is actually increasing. क्या array increase कर रहा है या नहीं कर रहा, right? That is the thing that we are trying to do. ठीक है, कि given an array, ठीक है, given an array that we are given 5 elements, right? So out of the 5 elements of the array, we will be having 5 values: 3, 1, 4, 6, 8. 3 maybe 3, 4, 6, 8, 10, 50. So answer. So since in this array, this is a continuous increasing array, right? This is a continuous increasing array. 3, 4, 6, 8, 10. So answer is yes. Okay. But if it is a decreasing array at any point of time, okay, if it is a decreasing array at any point of time, maybe the array can have 7 elements. The array can actually have 7 elements, but they are in a random decreasing order, right? They could be 3, 1, 4, 6, 10, and something like this, right? So answer for this particular case, and no matter what it is, 1, 4. But this is false. Answer for this is false, right? This is false. Why do we really mean by false? Because it is an increasing, decreasing at this point, right? So this particular concept is an important concept. Okay. तो क्या आप लॉजिक लगा सकते हैं? What is the logic that you can actually use? What is the logic part that you can use? कि मुझे चेक करना है. I need to actually check whether the array is strictly increasing or not. I need to check whether the array is strictly increasing or not, right? Array is strictly increasing or not, कि जो array है क्या वो increasing है या नहीं. That is something I want to check, right? Yes, so we mean the array should be ascending order or not. Ascending matlab strictly increasing matlab ascending. So if it is in ascending order, always increasing, ascending order actually means always increasing, right? तो कैसे मुझे करना चाहिए approach? What should be the approach, guys? So we need to actually check whether the array is strictly increasing or not, right? कि वो हमेशा increasing है या नहीं. कैसे check कर सकते हैं? What is the problem saying? The problem is saying that we need to actually check. Okay, we need to check if the array is strictly increasing or not, right? If the array is strictly increasing, क्या array strictly increasing है या नहीं? You will actually be given an array, right? Assuming you are given an array, so you need to check कि जो values हैं, जो उसकी values हैं, maybe the values are 2, 4, 6, 8, right? So for the values 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, the values are strictly increasing. The values are increasing order, right? They are actually in the increasing order. So since they are in the increasing order, the answer for this is yes, right? Since they are in increasing order, answer for this problem is yes. That yes, since the array is in strictly increasing order, so we will be having so answer for this problem is 2, right? कैसे करेंगे? लगा के करेंगे तो सही, थोड़ा करो भी. मतलब आई एवरीबॉडी इज ट्राइंग टू talk about the logic कि ऐसे करते हैं कैसे करेंगे, but there is one very important catch I want you guys to understand. Please try writing it in a for loop also, right? Try writing in the for loop also. Try writing it in the for loop. Okay, the concept is that I need to compare the consecutive elements, right? I need to actually compare the consecutive elements, right? I need to compare the consecutive elements. कि जो भी इसमें consecutive elements हैं, whatever the consecutive elements are there, I need to compare that, right? कि जो इनमें से adjacent consecutive elements हैं, these are the elements I really need to compare, right? जो उसमें साथ साथ वाले elements हैं. तो if they are going good, right? If they're actually going good, then that is good part. Agar nahi, if they're not going good, then I think I will have to break the loop, right? Then I will have to break the loop kind of thing. Okay. Try to understand this very important concept, okay? I need to start it from I equals to 1, right? I cannot start from I equals to 0. I should start from I equals to 1. Very important thing. Because I am comparing array of I, comparing array of I minus 1, right? Okay. I cannot start from I equals to 0. अगर मैं I equals to 0 से start कर लेता, there is no element behind index 0 for me to compare, right? There is no element behind me, okay? So if I actually start from 0, so if I start from 0, then that is wrong because array of minus 1 will not exist, right? So array of minus 1 will not exist. So I will actually start from 1 only. Okay, because array of I equals to 1 means it will compare array of I and it will compare array of I minus 1. Okay, so these two consecutive elements is what it will compare. These two consecutive elements, right? These two consecutive elements. ये consecutive elements है जो मेरे को compare करना है simple, right? Array of I and array of I minus 1. You can compare it I and I plus 1 also, right? That is also fine. Okay, you can also, that is also fine, right? That's just another way of that. Okay. So you could have also compared array of I and I plus 1. That is also fine, right? You could have compared I and I plus 1 also, right? This is also possible. I and I plus 1 is also something that you can compare. That जो भी index I है और उससे next element is something we can compare. Right? We can compare the index I and we can compare the index I plus 1. इन दोनों को भी compare कर सकता हूँ. All right. So what is that we'll be doing? Try to understand. So we can erase this. Okay. So I am having that integer I, right? Integer I, and then I am having the integer array. ARR equals to new integer array of size n. For integer I equals to 0 से लेके I must be less than I plus plus array of I equals to sc dot next int. And yeah, so if I'm starting from if I'm comparing I and I minus 1, my for loop should start. Okay, so first I'm trying to maintain a variable integer is increasing, right? Is increasing कि variable वाला concept समझो, right? तो पहले I am assuming that yes it is increasing. ठीक है, तो I could see बहुत लोग if else लिखते रहते हैं, that is wrong. So I should be checking is increasing, which is increasing is telling, it is telling that we are just assuming that array is increasing, right? Assuming that array is increasing. So it's just an assumption that yes, the array is actually increasing. So what I will be doing, I will be comparing the adjacent elements. For integer I equals to 1 से लेके I must be less than n and I plus plus. मैं I equals to 1 से शुरू करता हूँ. I go all the way up to n. And what is that I need to compare? I need to compare array of I and array of I minus 1, right? So I need to compare these two values, right? I need to either compare array of I, or the next thing that I need to compare is array of I minus 1. Okay, there are multiple ways to do this, right? What I will be comparing, this is just a simple, I've taken the user input group, right? Taken user input of an array. That I need to actually take care of an array. I need to take the user input from an array, right? So I am just simply using this for loop, right? So I'll be doing what? I'll be comparing the adjacent elements. If array of I is less than array of I minus 1, जो current element है, the current element is array of I, right? That is less than the previous element. That's the cause of array, right? अगर current element है जो, that is less than, voice breaking guys, क्या हो गया है? Second. What is the issue? I'll have to check. I think this is fine now. फाइन ना, सही है. कभी कभी बीच में हो जाता है, राइट? डोंट वरी, ऐसा कुछ खास इशू नहीं आ रहा. Otherwise, I'll have to change the network and I have to bring stuff. Okay. So what I'm simply trying to do, I'm comparing I element with the array of I minus 1. ठीक है, जो इसका ith element है, this ith element I am really comparing with array of I minus 1. अगर जो मेरा ith element है, that is smaller, this is smaller guy, right? So assuming जो मेरा ith element है, at any point जो मेरा ith element है, this is smaller, right? But the I minus 1 is very big, right? So I minus 1 that is big, right? So this is I minus 1. So this is ith element, right? जो मेरा I minus 1th element है, if that is actually bigger, array of I minus 1 that is bigger, then that is a cause of worry, right? तो मेरा array increasing तो नहीं है, ठीक है? तो ये वेरिएबल वाला कॉन्सेप्ट है ना, राइट? तो इफ द array of I, ये मैं गलत वाली चीज देख रहा हूँ, राइट? दिस इज आई एम ट्राइंग टू चेक फॉर द रॉन्ग, एंड ये ऐसे ही करने होते हैं हमें. So what is the style of the problems? This will happen in many problems. कि एक बार हमने assume कर लिया that yes, this is true, and then we'll check अगर मेरी जो assumption है that is false or not. ठीक है? तो एक बार मैंने एक assumption true मानी, right? कि like in very real life that you try to assume people, right? You try to really assume people. You are trying to assume good about the people. So आपने एक बार उसको true मान लिया, but time and again you're just checking that, right? You're just simply checking that, and if array of I trying for false conditions, so अगर array of I जो current value है that is less than the array of I minus 1, I will say that is increasing is set to 0. ठीक है? So if the is increasing variable, ये variable को concept समझो. Try to understand this concept of variable. This is very, very important. Okay, this is a very important concept. So what is that we were discussing? Okay, what happened? Yeah. So what is that we were discussing is that second. So what is actually happening? I am assuming, right? I am assuming, try to understand this concept, right? And this concept is very, very super important. This concept can actually be used in multiple places in programming, and for coding test also it is important. So I am just assuming that कि मैं ये assume कर रहा हूँ that array is increasing. I am assuming that I need to check whether the array is increasing or not, right? So I'm just simply assuming that the array is increasing, right? कि जो भी array है that is something increasing. So I am just simply assuming that yes, the array is increasing. Since the array is increasing, मैंने assumption मानी है. Now I need to false prove my assumptions, right? So I need to false prove my assumptions. False prove कि जो भी assumptions that they're not very correct. So I need to simply false prove my assumptions. कि जो भी assumptions है, they're not very good assumptions. So I'm just simply trying to false prove them. So how will I be false proving them? I am actually comparing the adjacent elements. I am simply trying to compare the adjacent elements, right? Yes, these are the adjacent elements, array of I and array of I minus 1. तो ये adjacent elements में compare करता हूँ, and अगर if I'm trying to find out, right, कि जो array of I that is smaller than minus 1, so मैं is increasing को कर दूंगा false, right? I'll set it as is increasing as false. That is telling me कि जो मैंने assumption मानी थी that is false, right? तो अगर at last, even if at last, if I try to find out if the is increasing, right? If is increasing is 1, okay. If the is increasing is actually true, राइट, कि जो मैंने assumption मानी थी that is true. In that case, I would try to print system.out.println the array is increasing. क्योंकि वो कोई भी कभी भी ऐसी एक कंडीशन नहीं आई, ऐसी कभी भी एक कंडीशन नहीं आई जब मेरी इस इंक्रीजिंग फॉल्स हो सका हो. ध्यान से समझो, इस पूरे कॉन्सेप्ट को समझो. मैंने एक बार एक असम्पशन बनाई कि यस माय एरे इज इंक्रीजिंग, माय एरे इज स्ट्रिक्टली इंक्रीजिंग. I have tried to make an assumption part, right? Then I am trying to iterate from I equals to 1 से लेके less than n तक, and then I am trying to check for false conditions. I am trying to check for the false conditions. I am actually trying to check for the false conditions. In the false conditions, what I am checking कि अगर एक भी element, if I am able to try to find out any one index also I am able to find out that array of I is of lower value, right? कि जो array of I है that is of lower value than array of I minus 1. तो मैं इस increasing को कर दूंगा false, right? कि जो मैंने assumption मानी थी, right? So even this should not work for the same values, right? So same values are allowed or not allowed, that depends on the question to question. कि अगर similar values हैं, then that should be allowed or not. अगर same values हैं, then I think you can do it false also. Okay, so let's keep it strictly increasing only. Okay, so let's keep it strictly increasing. So we want it to be strictly increasing. ठीक है, कि बराबर भी नहीं चाहिए. So we want this to be strictly increasing. Yes, we don't even want them to be equal, but yes, we really want them to be strictly increasing order. So what we'll be doing, we will simply try to put an equals to. So कि अगर वो बराबर भी है, अगर area of I that is even equals to the area of I minus 1, अगर बराबर भी है, then also it's a false. Okay. अगर last तक बचा रहता है, it's kind of a flag variable, right? It's kind of a flag. Initially the flag is upright, so it is trying to, so there are difficulties coming, right? For loop is trying to false these conditions. But agar last में भी that is true, then I think the array is increasing. Otherwise, okay, otherwise the array is decreasing. System.out.println. Array is not decreasing. Array is not decreasing. Not increasing. Array is not strictly increasing. तो उसको मैंने कर दिया false. That's okay. हम उसमें else statement नहीं ले सकते, ठीक है? We cannot use an if and else statement in that, okay? Because try to understand, because what is the else if else condition that you would have done? Try to think of it. What is the if else statement that you could have done? The if else statement that you would have actually done, आप यहाँ पर else लिख देते, ठीक है? ये else लिख के नहीं आते हैं. This they don't come using if else statement, ठीक है? पेपर में if else मत लिखते रहना, right? क्योंकि see, so I'll just try to show you. I'll just try to show you. Else, अगर हम else लिख दें, okay? Else is increasing. Is increasing is set one. This is what you're telling, right? Yes, or anybody have some other idea? If most of you guys are telling this, then this is I'm assuming this is any other idea. Yeah, or you are having some other idea. Please let me know. कि अगर ऐसा लिखते हैं तो क्या होता? चलो boolean integer से फर्क नहीं पड़ता. Okay, it does not matter much. Either we use a boolean condition or we use this. Break the loop. थोड़ा कोड भी लिख के बता दो guys. I mean, you're just telling me one word answers. देखो देखो ध्यान से समझो. अगर मैं यहाँ पर assume ना करता, okay, I'm just comparing that in if else statement. तो assuming, देखो मैं इस कुछ assumption ना मानता, ठीक है? तो क्या होता? तो जो इस इंक्रीजिंग वेरिएबल है, that would have kept on modifying, right? Whatever the is increasing variable is there, right? Try to understand. The is increasing variable gets unmodified, right? It keeps on modifying. If I simply do this, sometimes it turns 0 and sometimes it turns 1, right? The is increasing variable, it keeps on modifying, keeps on changing, right? It simply keeps on changing, but कभी वो 0 है, कभी वो 1 है, right? It actually keeps on changing always, right? So, but I want that कि अगर एक क्वेश्चन ध्यान से समझो, क्वेश्चन क्या कह रहा है? क्वेश्चन कह रहा है कि the array should be strictly increasing, right? What is the question saying? The question is saying that yes, the array should be strictly increasing manner. That is what the question is saying. Okay. So what I should try to figure out, I should try to figure out even if once, okay, even if once I find out that array of I, the current element is less than the previous element, I should simply false this, right? And उसके बाद मुझे इसको true कभी भी नहीं करना चाहिए, right? I should never retrue this again because अगर एक भी element के लिए false है, even if for one index I, this condition is true, right? Even if for one index I, this condition is true, that means the array is not strictly increasing. The variable is increasing. Will have a, we can use the break statement also. यहाँ पर हम break statement use कर सकते हैं. That is also ठीक है कि हमें चाहिए कि एक भी statement के लिए, even for one statement, if my condition is false, if my assumption is false, then the array will not be strictly increasing, right? Even if for a single statement, the condition that I'm thinking is false, then the array will not become a strictly increasing array, right? I'll just try to give a good example. So assuming we're having 5 elements and yeah, so we are having the array part. The array is, maybe let's complete 1, 3, 4, 2, 1. 1, 3, 2, 5, 6. Assuming this is the array. But अगर हम लोग इसको else लिख देते, यहाँ पर हम लोग else लिख देते ना, and we're not having this break statement, so it would have run wrong. Right? But it would have run wrong. अगर मैं यहाँ पर else लिखता, something, whatever things that are coming to your mind, okay, whatever things that are actually coming to your mind, the array is increasing, but it is false, right? The array is increasing, but the statement is false because there exists at least one element, right? There is 1, 3, 2, right? There exists at least one element which is not strictly increasing. तो अगर ऐसा एक भी element मिलता है, right? Even if I am able to try to find out one such law that array of I is less than equal to array of I minus 1, कि एक भी index के लिए चीज true है, in that case I would have set it false और मुझे बाकी चीजों की जरूरत नहीं है. That's the idea. Right? That's the idea. देखो मैं एक बार दोबारा रिपीट कर देता हूँ लॉजिक पार्ट. कोड क्या कह रहा है? कोड पूछ रहा है कि either the array is strictly increasing or not, right? That is the question part. We need to check. We need to actually check if the array is strictly increasing or not. That is what we need to check, right? Check if the array, जो भी array है, whether that array is strictly increasing or not, right? Array जो है strictly increasing है या नहीं है? Not. This is something that we need to check, right? Whether the array that we are thinking of, whether that is strictly increasing or not, that is what the goal is, right? That is what we need to check. Okay, all right. Okay. So what am I trying to do? Try to understand. I am trying to assume that the array is strictly increasing, right? I am simply trying to assume that the array that I'm thinking of, that is in a strictly increasing manner. This is assumption. ठीक है? तो इस assumption को मैं false prove करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ. नहीं, whatever the assumption that I made, I am trying to prove that assumption false. Right? Whatever the assumption part that I made, जो मैंने भी assumption बनाई है, right? The array is strictly increasing. I am trying to find out in this for loop. I am trying to find out whether this assumption is true or not, right? If I'm able to find out for any single index also, एक ऐसा index मिल जाता है, for this the array of I is less than array of the previous value, so array is not strictly increasing anymore, right? So is variable is set to 0, right? जो मैंने 1 set करा था, that is simply set to 0. That is idea. So agar at last, even at last point, if I'm able to find out that yes, is increasing is 1, तो मतलब array was strictly increasing, and I was not able to find out any such index such that the array of I is less than equal to array of I minus 1. Right? So I'll simply print that array is increasing, otherwise the array is decreasing. That is idea. Any further queries, guys? Please let me know. समझ आया नहीं आया? What are the doubts that you're facing in this? Let me know. How many of you got this? All clear? Good, yeah, good. I think almost some 60 people have got it. Got it. Sounds good. Very good. Good, guys. Good. Okay. I equals to 1 से क्यों कर रहे हैं? This is a common doubt. Just one thing. I equals to 1 से इसलिए कर रहे हैं that because if I would have done from I equals to 0, I am comparing I minus 1 also. I am comparing I and I am comparing I minus 1. अगर मैं I equals to 0 से शुरू करता, if I would have actually started from I equals to 0, then what would have happened? अगर मैं I equals to 0 से शुरू करता, then I minus 1 is minus 1, right? I minus 1 is minus 1. That would have got out of bound. I'll just show you this also. Okay, you'll just see an error. अगर मैं इसको 0 से start कर दूं, तो it can simply throw an error. So it is throwing an error, right? What is the error? Error is saying that array index out of bound. कि जो भी आपने index mention करा है, array of I minus 1, right? So that minus 1 is not if I is 0, right? So it is minus 1, right? So array of minus 1, it's what it is telling, it's out of bound. It's not in the range. The range is what? The range is in 0 to n minus 1. Right? That's it. If we try to do an n plus 1, okay? If we try to do this n, अगर मैं I plus 1 के साथ करता instead of I minus 1, तो बस यहाँ पर एक n minus 1 आ जाता. Then it would have become n minus 1, and I would have compared I and I plus 1. क्योंकि the range is still 0 to n minus 1, right? The range is less than 0. The range is actually always, it is from the 0 to लेके n minus 1. So if I'm comparing I and I plus 1, okay, I should be less than n minus 1. N minus 1 से कम होना चाहिए, because this value can become at max n minus 1 only. So all these values are there. They should be less than n only, right? They should be less than n minus 1. That's why. Because the last element I told you, right? The last element I told you was an index area of n minus 1, right? The last element that I told you, that was an index area of n minus 1. Since it was an index of area of n minus 1, जो last element है, this was given to last element, right? तो जो उसके पहले हैं, they should be less than n minus 1. That's why. If you would have done this 0 से लेके n minus 1 तक, you could have simply done for I and I plus 1, right? So if area of I is actually greater than this, sorry, less than. अगर अगला वाला element is less than, right? So if this next element is actually less than the current element, right? If this next element is actually less than the current element, in that case we'll try to figure out this out. Right. 11 बजे इनके शर्मा गुड नाइट यही टाइम होगा. Okay. Guys, rotating wala na, you can skip this. Okay, we'll not try to cover more. Okay, I'll just try to show you this one code of the reverse of an array. That is an important code, I believe. Okay, एक बार reverse of an array देख लो. I think you guys know reverse of an array, but still I wanted to cover this one. Okay, reverse of an array में कैसे होगा? Can you guys write the code? See, reverse of an array में that is definitely true, right? तो जो भी आंसर array है, so this is the answer array, right? This is actually the answer array. Since this is the answer array, so we have tried to figure out this, right? This is the reverse of an array. And so in this reverse of an array, the elements should be, elements क्या आएंगे? ध्यान से देखो. Reverse of an array में क्या होगा? If it is actually a reverse of an array, then इसमें होगा क्या? जो एलिमेंट 0th इंडेक्स पे है वो n-1 पे आ जाएगा, राइट? राइट, जो इंडेक्स जो 0 पे है, whatever is at index 0, that particular thing should come at n-1. This should be the pattern, right? Try to understand the pattern. If I'm having this index 0, maybe 0, 1, 2, 3. These are the indices part. Okay. And the values are different. Okay, the values are maybe 10, 4, 1, 6, right? These are actually the values, right? अब मुझे इनका एक नया array, they're the part of an array, right? They're simply a part of an array. 10, 4, 1, 6, 7. They're a part of an array. Now I need to reverse them. I need to reverse the array. To reverse the array क्या आएगा? Try to understand. In reversing of an array, the array should be 6, 1, 4, 10, right? तो जो भी index 0 पे कौन आएगा? जो index 3 पे था, right? Index 1 पे आएगा ये वाली चीज. Index 4 आएगा यहाँ पर. Index 10 आएगा यहाँ पर, right? This is the idea. ठीक है? तो एक pattern observation होती है. This is actually a pattern observation that it comes out to be array of I, okay, to be answer of n minus I minus 1. Answer of n minus 1 minus I. मतलब पीछे से भरना शुरू करो is equals to array of I. Okay, so we have kind of done this, okay, that we are actually putting it in the reverse manner. जो n minus I है वो array of I. Pattern observation, just nothing but pattern observation. Where n is the size of the array, which n is 4. ठीक है? Yes, इसको palindrome भी कहते हैं. Palindrome होता है कि आपने एक array बना दिया. You have actually called, you have declared an array ARR, and then you have also declared an answer array, right? So you have declared an array ARR, and then you have also declared an answer array. So you will be trying to compare ARR and answer array further. तो आपने ARR और answer array को दोनों को आपने compare करा. That is very important. You are actually comparing ARR and then you are comparing that answer array. तो ये तो एक standard तरीका होता है, okay? This is an important problem, guys. Try to understand. Okay, please try to practice this once. So what am I simply trying to do? Just simple. जैसे मैंने transpose में करा था, एक condition लिख दी. What was that? Whatever the condition was there. Similar is in the reverse array, right? Similar thing is actually in the reverse array. What is having in an array? Okay, what is having in an array? If we are having the answer of I, okay, answer of n minus 1 minus I is equals to array of I. Simple, right? And then I can try to print that array also. That's the idea. Just simple reversing back, ठीक है? ये बस एक बार ध्यान रखना, I mean this is an important problem, ठीक है? हो सकता है आ जाए आपको कल, बाकी तो चल है. Will not be covering much today, okay? I would really wish you guys the very best of the for the coding test, ठीक है? आज के लिए इतना काफी है, ठीक है? प्लीज गाइस, अगर बहुत प्रॉब्लम्स आपको पेंडिंग लगी है, प्लीज ट्राई टू गूगल एंड थोड़ा वीडियो सॉल्यूशन देखो उनके, एंड आई थिंक दैट्स इनफ, राइट? थैंक यू. Try to focus more on arrays and for loops type of thing, ठीक है? Your main course maybe I would want more and more people to join the main course, ठीक है? Yes, probably, मतलब मुझे नहीं पता है कौन सा मॉड्यूल पढ़ाऊंगा, but I will take one of your modules, okay? The first module I think somebody else will take, okay? Somebody else will take your first module, but yeah, मेन बैच में भी लेंगे डेफिनेटली, ठीक है? राइट. ओके, तो प्री कोर्स काइंड ऑफ खत्म हो गया है. बॉस्टन वाले मैं आपको क्विक अप्रोच बता सकता हूँ, ठीक है? नहीं तो दिस इज द लास्ट क्लास गाइस. मेन बैच में फर्स्ट विल ट्राई टू हैव अ क्विक recap, okay? First quick recap and then all this thing, right? 2D arrays ज्यादा डिटेल में नहीं आएगा, राइट? लाइन नंबर 21, यार ये ना बस पैटर्न ऑब्जर्वेशन है, राइट? लाइन नंबर 21 इज नथिंग बट जस्ट अ पैटर्न ऑब्जर्वेशन कि जो एलिमेंट्स हैं दैट जो फर्स्ट पे आएगा दैट कम्स एट द लास्ट. Whatever the array of I is there, that is repeated, that's copied there. Just a pattern observation, nothing else, ठीक है? कि जो यहाँ पर है कि जो जीरोथ इंडेक्स पे है, जो जीरोथ इंडेक्स है वो n-1 पे जाए, इसलिए पैटर्न ऑब्जर्वेशन है. जो फर्स्ट इंडेक्स पे है वो n-1, वो जो यहाँ से चल रहा है वो n- से चले, इसलिए वो n-1 से उतना डायरेक्शन पीछे बदलता रहे. जितना डायरेक्शन हम लोग आई डायरेक्शन में यहाँ से आगे जा रहे हैं, जितने स्टेप्स हम लोग आई डायरेक्शन में जा रहे हैं, बस उतने स्टेप्स हम लोग पीछे से चल पाए, सेम आइडिया. तो दैट इज द आइडिया. I'm not sure, Jyoti, why that might have happened. Okay, by chance कुछ और हो गया. हाँ, थैंक यू सो मच गाइस. या मतलब डेफिनेटली देखो, इतना वो नहीं है, मतलब तुम लोग सेंटी हो गए रखते हो, बट या मैट्रिक्स वगैरह, या ठीक है. तो आई होप कि शायद थोड़े, मतलब नॉट श्योर कि आप क्लियर करोगे नहीं क्लियर करोगे, दैट्स सेपरेट स्टोरी, बट थोड़ा आपने शायद ये चीज रियलाइज करी होगी कि डेफिनेटली आप ओरिजिनल लेवल से काफी ऊपर आए होंगे, स्टेप बाय स्टेप स्टेप बाय स्टेप स्टेप बाय स्टेप, राइट? दैट इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग गाइस. ये प्राइम नंबर अगर आपको लग रहा है, यस प्राइम नंबर्स, प्लीज गाइस ट्राई टू फोकस. एक बार गूगल कर लेना, ठीक है? प्राइम नंबर्स गूगल कर लेना, कोडिंग हमेशा चलती रहेगी, ठीक है? या प्लीज कीप दैट लर्निंग स्पिरिट हाई, ठीक है? आई स्ट्रांगली होप कि हम लोग मिलेंगे इन द अपकमिंग मॉड्यूल्स, ओके? वी विल बी हैविंग अ लॉन्ग जर्नी टुगेदर. एरे मैट्रिक्स पर एक बार पढ़ सकते हो. या ऑल द वेरी बेस्ट गाइस, गुड लक, ठीक है? या सी यू गाइस इन द मेन बैच. थैंक यू, गुड नाइट. I hope you will definitely guys rock. We will rock. लव बब्बर को नहीं जानता है, मैं लव बब्बर को नहीं जानता. We will rock definitely, right? I hope we'll see you guys in the main batch. ठीक है? Thank you so much. Thank you. Good night. Bye. All the best, guys. Yes, it was a wonderful experience. Yes, it was definitely. मेरे लिए भी it was a good experience. You were guys good students. Talk on. Good night. Bye.